Number 13, down Gage.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cub Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
At PSM Sports Therapy, recovery is more than getting you back to your sport. It's about building a stronger version of you. Our team of experts uses state-of-the-art technology to build personalized care plans that get you healthy and back in action safely. With no physician order needed, contact us directly to receive top-quality care exactly when you need it. Call 260-266-4007. Visit one of our Fort Wayne locations or go to psmsports.com to learn more.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it, I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them, we ain't never make it no. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook, Big Low come through frying. Hey, let her cook, okay. Too much cake out bow, oh God. Let her cook, all this sauce I'm trying.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Kendallville, Indiana. This is high school football on SummitCitySports.com. I am Thad Goff alongside Jake Havlin, and we are pleased to bring you this matchup between the East Noble Knights and the New Haven Bulldogs, a Northeast 8 conference rivalry. It was only 2 years ago that these two teams finished as part of a three-way tie for first atop the NE8 conference. East Noble beat New Haven beat Leo, Leo beat East Noble right here in Kendallville. But right now, East Noble, they are top dogs in the NE8. The Knights 7-0 overall, 5-0 in conference, and playing at a very high level.
Yes, and if you see East Noble, since that three-way tie, they've gone to state a couple times, weren't able to get it done, but this is a very exciting 7-0 East Noble team that has a very potential to go very far in the playoffs coming up in a couple weeks.
Made it to the state championship last year. Unfortunately, they lost. Now, East Noble does have a state championship in their history. That was way back in 2000, back when Tim Abel was the head coach. And just by going on the records, it would look as though that East Noble was kind of in the stages of getting their program up and running. But they've had it up and running for quite a while now. In fact, so much so that they have been able to plug in players at key positions with various key players not being available. Ian Ramey goes down week 2, and Austin Phillips, the freshman, comes in to take his place. He's rushed for over 600 yards on the season, and he's a guy who can get big chunks of yardage but can also hit you in the mouth with some power.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And also Riley Biddle, the quarterback and the defensive star, it's all going to go run through him tonight, and I'm very excited to see him play. This is my first time watching him play. You know, he's leading a lot of stats, like you said, especially on the offense and defensive side. They're going to need to stop him, and if they don't stop him, it's going to be a very ugly game.
Now, Mason Trish is also out with an injury that was suffered back in May, if I heard correctly. but he's not been able to play it all season long, and some question as to whether or not he might be able to play in basketball season. That seems to be very iffy, shall we say, but not able to play during football season. Even so, Alex Scott has stepped in and become, I believe, the leading wide receiver for these East Noble Knights. Yes. And Alex Scott comes in standing at 6'2", 175, big physical wide receiver, also plays defensive back. Yeah, and you see his stats there. He has 629 yards this year. He averages 25 yards a pass. That is unbelievable. And his longest of 72, and he has a total of 6 touchdowns, leading the receiving corps. And he's just a junior. So you're going to have him this year, and he's going to be a leader next year. You're just excited where East Noble is going to go from here. Now, in the Sagarin ratings, East Noble comes in ranked 7th in Class 4A. But in the coaches' poll, they come in ranked 2nd. So this is a team that's drawn a lot of attention, and for good reason. It's a team that plays at a high level on both sides of the football, and you're seeing the result, this 7-0 start that the Knights have had. Yeah, and absolutely. And if you look at the roster, you won't see a lot of players playing both sides of the ball. You don't see that much in 4A, but if you have the talent to do both sides of the ball, might as well just get them out there. And, of course, East Noble does have some quality wins on their record. Now, we don't really know how quality of a win that game against Columbia City was. We know Columbia City's been a quality program the last few years. They started off well at 4-0, and then they've lost, 3-0, and then they've lost 3 of their last 4. They're at Leo tonight playing Norwell next week. And then you also have that come-from-behind win against DeKalb. That, call it a nail-biter, call it a barn burner, call it whatever you want to. And then the win against Leo here at home, where East Noble won in an offensive shootout from the start. Yeah, and with the DeKalb win, they've been a surprise team. And East Noble got it done right at the buzzer. That had to have been a great name. I know Joe Northern had a great call on that game. If you watch some of the highlights, it was action-packed each and every play, and that's what you get with East Noble. And I mean, NE8 football right now is pretty huge right now, especially with East Noble on top and the other teams that are in the standings as well. And that DeKalb team, Ryan Robinson, I believe, was on staff here at East Noble as the defensive coordinator before taking over. He's done wonders there at DeKalb. We'll talk about these New Haven Bulldogs when we come back in just a matter of moments. You are watching high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our portrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Welcome back to East Noble High School here in Kendallville, Indiana. The East Noble Knights taking on the New Haven Bulldogs. Now, it has been a struggle for New Haven. We talked about how 2 years ago, New Haven went 8-1 in the regular season. They were part of a 3-way tie for first in the NE8. Their only regular season loss coming here in Kendallville that year. That was a team stacked with talent. You think about Mylan Graham, a Johnny Washington, the Concordia transfer, Trey Bates, Donovan Williams, James Hardy on defense, Corinne Harris, I believe, was the main pass rusher for the Bulldogs back then. Things have changed, obviously. A lot of those guys have graduated. There is some talent to be had here. Now, Trey McCraney had some early struggles at quarterback. Seems to be getting better. At least he showed some good poise in the weeks since, particularly in the game against Northside. Unfortunately, that was a losing effort, but New Haven did battle in that game against a good Northside team. And one thing we can say about New Haven is they are 2-5, which is an improvement off of last year's record. So there seemed to be some improvement as far as the Bulldogs are concerned, as the Knights will enter from the tunnel in front of the home crowd. There are the Knights. That's a big look. There are the Knights, as you see them coming out in the blue jerseys and white pants. got a few different jersey combinations they can use here, whether it's all blue, all black, blue on white, black on white, whatever the combination is. But talking about that New Haven team, another player that they have who can make things happen is DJ Simpson. He's averaging 138 yards per game. Obviously, the running game is a strength for this team, and if they can continue to keep that going on a consistent basis and also do well in the passing game, then maybe, just maybe, New Haven has a chance.
Yeah, and absolutely. And if I've covered a couple New Haven games, and they're definitely a second-half team. I know that you say their record's 2-5, but they have outscored a lot of their opponents in the second half, especially against competitive teams such as East Noble. They're looking to get it started early rather than later.
Vance Shear, the second-year head coach, taking over for the previous head coach, Kyle Boer. It was Kyle Boer who led the New Haven Bulldogs to that incredible 8-1 regular season finish that year, as New Haven is having the coin toss at midfield, and East Noble has won the toss. They have deferred, so we're going to see the New Haven Bulldogs on offense to start out this game. And we'll be back in just about 40 seconds. You're watching high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Back here at East Noble High School in Kendallville, Indiana. We mentioned earlier East Noble did win the toss, and they have deferred. So we're going to get to see the New Haven Bulldogs on offense first. Now, here's something that head coach Vance Shear said coming into this game. He said, quote, "We made a big jump as a program in our discipline and work ethic. Although we are not where we want to be, we have made progress and have a solid foundation to build on for our future. Our players have continued to work through adversity and haven't shown any quit up to this point. We have a long way to go, but our team is starting to understand what it takes to build a strong program. We still need to take that next step, but I feel that we are getting closer each week." Well, one of the next steps that New Haven would love to be able to take is to beat a quality opponent. They have a chance to do that tonight, but this has proven to be hostile territory for a whole lot of teams. Snyder has lost here. Leo has lost here. New Haven lost here 2 years ago with one of the best teams in Indiana, and we're underway. One of the best teams in the area, at least. That's Donald Gage, or is that Cedric Boone on the return? He gets it out to the 20-yard line. It is Boone wearing number 12 for the New Haven Bulldogs.
Yeah,
so we'll get to see Trey McCraney, the starting quarterback, in just a moment.
Yeah, that was great coverage by East Noble. You like to see them pressure the O-line very early in the game to try to get away that running game that that New Haven has going for them this year. You know, you said their starting running backs averaging about 131 yards. Get that going early. A lot of games that they've had, their offense has stalled out very early in the game, and they do not want that.
3 wide receivers on the field for the Bulldogs as McCraney goes from the shotgun. He will look to throw the screen on first down, and that's complete to the far side, and room to run out toward the sideline for Ethan Wake.
Great play call. Testing the coverage. They saw that they backed up a little bit, get a screen pass, and that's about a 7-yard gain there. Six picked up there.
They do call it a gain of 6 out to the 26-yard line. Clock stops with 11:51 to go in the first quarter. Pistol formation as Simpson remains the back. Straight up the middle with Simpson trying to fight his way through tacklers. He'll get a yard, maybe 2. Looked like Austin Phillips was one of the men in on that tackle. So too was number 9, Cone Quake.
Let's see what New Haven can do here. I wonder if they're going to try to get some outside running with the coverage deep, but they might try to fill the box to get some pressure on the O-line.
Cone Quake, by the way, one of the top pass rushers on this East Noble team. He and Aiden Lay have done a great job getting after opposing quarterbacks. Quick throw, McCraney out in the flat. That's complete. And Donald Gage able to pick up the first down.
Great play. And great play calling so far also for New Haven. In the recent games, except for Belmont, they were struggling just to get the first down. They were going 3 and out early in their games, but this is, like you said, a very improved New Haven game.
Here's the replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. You see Alex Scott was right in there with a chance to make a play, and Gage kept his composure. 1st and 10 from the 35. Calvin Dobson goes in motion, and a flag comes in. Well, our referee tonight is James Craig, and he will give us the signal that we're not really surprised by. It is a false start. That was the signal by the officials beforehand.
I know it's early on, but that's an absolutely drive killer, especially on first down when you just got your first down. Let's see if they can recover here. They'll probably have to run the ball to get some yards going here to get it back. Let's see what they do here.
We're able to get a first down on a 3rd down conversion as Dobson goes in motion. Throw across the middle, complete. That's Gage again, and he gets back a lot of the yards lost up to about the 38-yard line.
You know, the games I've covered in New Haven, they weren't able to get their pass game going that early, but now you see a couple pass plays going in their favor. Now they're at a 2nd and 7. Let's see what they can do here.
Penalty did set them back, but they're able to get that yardage back and then some on the 1st and 15. 2nd and 7 here. Little delayed handoff. Simpson, nowhere to go. He's dropped in the backfield, and that might have been, thought that might have been Taden Gates or Braylon Shire, perhaps. I couldn't quite tell.
I couldn't tell either.
It's a loss of 2 on the play. And I think we're going to run out of time before this upcoming replay, so we'll let New Haven take the snap and run their play. It's 3rd and 9. It converted on 3rd and 3 plays ago. Pressure comes. Simpson, check that. It's Wake with the catch, and he's tackled in the open field. And there on the tackle is Jack Slater, the defensive back who also plays wide receiver, and East Noble will get a stop.
Yeah, that was a great tackle from East Noble. That was probably a touchdown-saving tackle. There was nobody else down there, and East Noble was able to do the fundamentals right and get them down and make them go 3 and out.
Alex Scott to return the punt. Ethan Wake is back to punt. We'll see if East Noble comes with some pressure. Whistles blow, and this is going to be offsides. Encroachment against East Noble, and this could make things interesting. Well, East Noble was coming with some pressure, and they got a little antsy and jumped off sides. So now on 4th and 4, you're in a position where you could go for it, but the Bulldogs are still in punt formation at this point. High snap, pressure. It will be a punt. And Scott is going to field it on the hop, changes his direction, and Scott with room to run down that left side, and he goes out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Great return by Scott.
Now we got to see the East Noble defense, or offense rather. Excited to see what they do with Biddle here. And you know that they are a run-heavy team, so they won't pass it if they don't have to, but it would be exciting to see them get the pass game going. If the pass game's going, that means your running game's working. So let's see what Biddle does here.
Riley Biddle averages over 190 passing yards per game as the Knights are going to empty the backfield on 1st and 10. Snap to Biddle. He'll look to throw. Flag down. Biddle takes a shot. Man's there. It's caught. Over the shoulder, Alex Phillips. He's gone. Again, we do have a flag down. Looked like it was thrown in the backfield. We'll see what happens.
It might be coming back.
It is a legal formation against the Knights, and that was a brilliantly dialed-up play.
Just like I said, get the run game. They didn't even run the ball, but they passed the first play, and they were able to get on the end zone, but unfortunately it doesn't count. But a great play call right off the bat.
Must have had a lineman a little too far back. That was a great pitch and catch. Unfortunately, it goes for naught.
And you know the coach is probably not happy on that one. That was beautiful.
Alex Stewart in his second year as East Noble's head coach. He took over last year and led the Knights to that state championship. Took over for Luke Amstutz. And Luke Amstutz had a lot of great success as the head coach here.
He had that 2019 state appearance. I'm pretty sure he was there.
That's correct. I think that was the Evansville Memorial game when they went to state. Flag down again. If this is on East Noble, apparently it's not. Encroachment against New Haven, so East Noble's going to get the 5 yards back. I was about to say, if that's on East Noble, that's going to drive a coach crazy, but fortunately for the Knights, it's on New Haven.
So back to the original line of scrimmage here.
8:03 left to go.
After all of that.
Knights still empty in the backfield here. They might have Phillips lined up wide to the right. Snap to Biddle. Throws quick, complete. That's Alex Scott. Breaks a tackle, gets a first down. And Scott was fighting for extra yardage. He just wisely gets out of bounds to preserve the first down.
Great play call. They tested the coverage there, and they took what they were giving them. And it looks like number 14 on the sideline is given the place with the big cardboard sign there. Might be an offensive protection call. We never know.
You see the Knights trying to go hurry up as they get the play from the sideline. And now they do have Phillips in the backfield. It's Biddle to throw again. He pumps. Throws into traffic, incomplete. Inside the 25-yard line, and the completion to Jack Slater. Well, officially, Biddle's 2 for 2 so far, and he fit that into a tight window.
Yes, he did. It was a great call.
They're going hurry up again. Biddle gets the call from the sideline. He wants to throw. Right down the middle. Incomplete.
2 guys on him. It was a good call. I mean, his hands were on it.
He was looking for Keegan Derry on that pass play.
He was able to get back up. He got up slowly. He's going to the sideline. Hope he's all right. Maybe a little banged up, falling on the hip or something.
We'll keep an eye on that as we go on. That's 3 straight pass plays officially that East Noble has run. You might say 4 straight, but the first one got called back. Jaron Waite going in motion. Biddle will fake it. Wants to throw toward the end zone. Incomplete. He was looking for Alex Phillips.
Let's see if New Haven can get off the field here. But if they get close to the marker, you would think it is 4th down territory.
I would think so. If they get a close 4th down distance, they'd probably keep the offense on the field. From where they are right now, it would be a 41-yard field goal attempt. Make that a 40-yard field goal attempt. It's Biddle to throw. New Haven blitzes. Biddle, incomplete. That's way off. He was looking for Scott, and that was nowhere near him.
Now they go 3 and out. Let's see what they do here.
It was Calvin Dobson who had the coverage, and the offense appears to be staying out there. This will be an interesting play call. This is 4th and 10. Seems like there's hardly any hesitation that they're going to go for this. Biddle on 4th down. Wants to take a shot. Takes his shot, and that's way off the mark. Nobody there. New Haven takes over on downs.
I think there might have been miscommunication on that route. I think he wanted the receiver to go out and into the end zone, but he just cut back in. And if the pass was there, if the receiver would have read it well, that's 6 points for East Noble. But they go 4 and out now, and now New Haven was able to get something going. They took actually 3 minutes off the clock, and now they get the ball back, and they need to get their offense going.
And New Haven actually did have a couple of good pass plays.
Yes, they did.
On the first drive of the game.
It was good play calling.
Got a guy, either a guy late getting out there or that's just McCraney after having gotten the play. I think that's Blaine Thurber, one of the wide receivers. That was kind of an uncharacteristic drive for East Noble, too. A penalty that takes away a touchdown. They go for it on 4th down and don't get it. Simpson runs out of room.
They ain't got nothing.
Taden Getz, among others, in on the tackle.
Surprisingly, we're about 5 minutes in, and we don't have a score, which is surprising. But like you said, the penalties and the miscommunication on the offensive side has cursed East Noble. But with that defensive stop, with 3 yards lost there, maybe East Noble can get a 3 and out and get a quick score.
If I'm not mistaken, that's the 3rd tackle for loss for this East Noble defense. McCraney will go out of the shotgun. Simpson will move to his right hip. McCraney out in the flat. That's complete. It's Simpson, and he gets out of bounds across the 30, and that'll make it a manageable 3rd down. 3rd and about 3 coming up on the play.
Wow, they got 10 yards there. And now this is definitely so far. I mean, this is the New Haven team I've seen all year, but they just been stalling out. But the pass game is just working perfectly for them thus far.
New Haven trying to get back to being one of the better teams in the area. 2 years ago, remember, they shared an NE8 title with East Noble and Leo.
And also, coming off that win against Belmont, it wasn't their prettiest game, but they'll take wins when they can get it.
McCraney throws close to the sticks, and it looks like it's a 1st down. The catch made by number 88, Jackson Price.
And there's a penalty on the play, and it's on New Haven.
It's coming back, I'm told. False start. Well, not often, either a false start or a legal formation. Not often on a false start that the play goes all the way through.
I was confused. I didn't know what the call was.
But that was a well-executed play there.
Yeah. I'm very impressed with New Haven's play calling thus far. Man, that's a costly penalty.
Well, this is more than what you get for a false start or a illegal formation. Beg your pardon, folks. I didn't see what the signal was.
It was a 15-yard penalty, and that's not a hold. Let's see what they do here.
This is interesting. Well, either way, it's 3rd down and long. 3rd and about 18. McCraney running out of time. Throws as he's chased, and it's well incomplete. Falls short of the feet of Donald Gage Jr. And the Bulldogs will punt on 4th and 18.
Good job on East Noble. New Haven shot themselves in the foot with that costly penalty, and they didn't give anything else to them. And East Noble will get good field position on this punt since they're held deep in their own territory.
East Noble started the last drive at their own 41-yard line. The drive ultimately stalled. It's a fake. Wake looking to throw. Can he get it away? He's got a long way to go, and he won't get there. Oh, my goodness. That was risky. Well, New Haven has executed a fake punt earlier this year. That was against Northrop in the opener, but that was a long way to go to fake a punt.
Yeah, and they lost yards there too, so East Noble gets 3-4 extra yards there.
That is not something you want to give up when you're going up against East Noble.
Absolutely not.
That was all pass play last time for East Noble when they had the ball. We'll see if they try that again or if they lean on the run game. It's going to be empty backfield. Kind of an interesting call when you're going from the red zone. We'll see what kind of play they have dialed up. Biddle will operate from the shotgun.
In AC action, the championship against Bluffton and Adams Central, AC just scored.
It's a toss sweep. Alex Phillips looking for room. He finds some inside the 5, and he's got it. It's a touchdown, or is it? He reached out for the goal line. There's the signal. Touchdown, Alex Phillips.
Great play call. That was awesome. Great play call.
The toss sweep goes for 6.
Yeah, I saw the ball. I was waiting for that middle ref there.
Here's a look at the replay. We'll try to get it in while we can. The ruling was a touchdown. See Phillips stretching out. It's hard to tell, but he does kind of hold the ball in his outside arm or inside arm.
Yeah, if this is college level, you know they're looking at that again.
Extra point, meanwhile, is good as we get the cannon fire. We'll take one more look at this replay. Our replays are brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Does he keep possession of this ball? It's close. I don't know about you, Jake. I can't tell from here.
I think it was just too close to call. It would be upheld. There's no evidence that shows. Yeah, there's no evidence that shows there's a lack of ball loss there. That's a touchdown. If I was a pro up in the booth, it would stand in my book.
And remember, the way it works is as long as he's got possession of the ball, when it hits the pylon, that's still a touchdown. Right. If he loses possession before it hits the pylon, that's not a touchdown. Now, of course, we here at Summit City Sports, we've got just the one camera angle to show you. So we can't quite do what they can do in the NFL or in college football and show you multiple replay angles. But from that angle, I can't say that he fumbled.
Yeah, it was a great play call, great sweep. They saw the secondary was aiming for on the right side, and it was just an easy read for the East Noble Knights.
5:36 left to go in the first quarter. Returnable kick from about the 7. Cedric Boone on the return, and he bounces to the outside. Cedric Boone across the 30. And a good return to set up some good field position for the Bulldogs.
Hey, it's the small things that New Haven's going to get to win this game. If you can get a good kickoff return, get good play calling, they're still, except for that fake punt call, other than that, their play calling has been great thus far. They just need to stop shooting themselves in the foot, get the offensive line, get them all focused, and let's get a score on the board if we're New Haven.
Well, Big Eyed Fish is proud to, has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. As we get ready for this next play that's about to be run by New Haven, throw to the sideline on the screen pass, and Ethan Wake gets about a yard on the play before he goes out of bounds. And we might have a flag down. James Craig is motioning like there was a penalty.
Oh, my goodness.
Blocking the back.
See, just like this, that was a good play call. I know they only got 2 yards there, but your ball is moving, but you're shooting yourselves in the foot, man.
How about that? They got James Craig mic'd up. You don't often have that at the high school level.
East Noble is doing it right here tonight. They got all the toys.
Got a great jumbotron to our right as Trey McCraney goes out of the shotgun. He'll hand it off. Simpson nowhere to go, and Austin Phillips is there to make the tackle. Might have gotten a yard or two, but still a lot of yardage to be gained on this next play.
A lot of screen plays thus far in the play calling. I like to see them test the coverage deep a little bit just to see what East Noble's got lined up against them. But maybe their lineup, they just don't like it. But, eventually you got to get that deep pass game going. I think they can get the coverage beat here on this cover 3 here.
McCraney operates from the shotgun. Bulldogs against some pressure. There's a shot down the sideline, and it's incomplete. Alex Scott was with him stride for stride.
And just like I said, they got to get it was a good pass. It's just the coverage was there. It was great defensive stop from East Noble.
Knights did bring some pressure on that last play, and I don't think they quite got home, but that was great coverage on the back end by Scott. 4:31 left here in the first quarter. East Noble, by the way, is first place at this point in the Northeast 8 Conference, with a 5-0 conference record. He started the season with back-to-back games against the SAC as McCraney running out of time, trying to step up, and he runs out of room. Sacked on the play by a host of Knights, including Cone Quake.
You know, this in every level of football, it is won in the trenches, and East Noble is just destroying the line of New Haven, and there's just nothing they could do about it. And if you can win the trenches early, you got this game settled pretty good.
Cone Quake, I believe, came in with 3 sacks. I think he'd probably have 3.5 for the season after that one. Ethan Wake on to punt it away. Alex Scott, the return man. High snap. He gets it away, but not a very good one. That will take a New Haven bounce. Improves the field position a little bit for New Haven, but East Noble's going to be starting from New Haven's 39-yard line. A few more words in from our sponsors before we go any further. It's because of our sponsors that we're able to do the games that we do on SummitCitySports.com. That includes Tom Steele Tire. They've been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They'll help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services. We may not be in Fort Wayne, but this is an area that has produced some good athletic talent over the years. Of course, we've seen the success of the football program. Former East Noble Knight Braden Reisdorf is currently in the Cubs organization. Now, I think he's still in High A South Bend at this point, but he's made it to the minor league, so that's a step in the direction he wants to go. I think that's Lucas Neiman in the backfield. Rolling to his left is Biddle. Turns and throws and completes it to Alex Phillips. And Phillips with room to run. Phillips inside the 10 and out of bounds at the 5.
Great play call. He released early, and he was able to find a hole and used Biddle with a beautiful pass and gets him in between the 10-yard line right at the 8.5. They're going to say he's at the 7.
So they mark it at the 7 as it turns out. And it looks like that is still Lucas Neiman in the backfield. Amazing to think that Austin Phillips hasn't gotten a touch in the ground game yet. Really, East Noble hasn't even run a run play. Biddle gets the call from the sideline. Of course, they're coming off a season where they had 2 of the best backs in the area, Dylan Krell and Dallas Plattner. As Biddle will look to throw here. Throws the slant, and that is almost intercepted.
Man.
Kendall Tyler had a beat on it.
Man, that would have been a huge momentum shift. Get the ball at the 20-yard line with 3 minutes left to get a score going. But, I mean, it was great defense, though. 2nd and 7 here.
Now, obviously, Riley Biddle is a good quarterback. It's no surprise that they're leaning on him. I am surprised that East Noble so far has not leaned on their run game.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like their offensive pass game is working very well, and maybe they're getting beat on the line if they do run, but let's just see what they do here.
They've got Neiman lined up in the pistol. Biddle fakes to him. He can run. He'll throw on the run, and it's incomplete. Looked like he was going for Slater, or maybe not. Cone Quake. And it'll be 3rd down and goal. Closest thing they've had to a run play was that toss sweep to Alex Phillips that went for 6. This is 3rd and goal. Biddle to his right again. Again, he can run. He wants the space, looking for it, battling for the goal line. He's close. Did not get there. They're going to mark him down inside the 1 or maybe right at it.
So a 4th down and 1 here. You know they're going to just try to sneak it in, maybe a power I offense.
I got to think so. I got to think that's what's coming. Back into the game for East Noble comes number 6, Aiden Lay.
Maybe we'll get a tush push, maybe? Unless it's a very long yard to gain.
They're going shotgun here. See if New Haven is up to the task here. This will be the 2nd time East Noble's gone for it on 4th down. Is that going to be a snap under center to Lay? Timeout, New Haven. Well, while New Haven takes a timeout, we'll go ahead and pay a few more bills. Again, it's because of our sponsors that we're able to do the games we do on SummitCitySports.com. That includes Ottenweiler Contracting. We invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process, from bid to build. Visit OttenweilerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. And today's broadcast is brought to you by Summit City Sports. Follow us on Twitter at 260 Sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Well, it looked like what they were about to run was a direct snap to Aiden Lay. Right. He was lined up under center. It was looking like he was going to take the snap. We'll see if they come out in that again.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see what they do here. If you're New Haven, you stop him here, you got to get something going on your offense, especially you're going to have to go 99 yards. So this is going to be a huge momentum shift on this next play here. And East Noble's been dominating the line, so I wouldn't be afraid to punch it right in here, right up the middle.
Well, Austin Phillips is back in. He's a freshman, and they're going to line up in the shotgun. So East Noble's going to trust those big guys up front to do the job. Biddle, straight ahead, he's in, touchdown.
Great play. Gets them up 2 scores now. A little cushion.
Well, the guys up front certainly did the job, didn't they, Jake?
Yes, they did. That was awesome. And so far, that's been the difference of the game. It's in the trenches. Like I said earlier, the game is won and lost in the trenches. And East Noble is just taking advantage of it very early, going up 2 scores.
Extra point pending. Snap is down, and the kick is no good.
Missed it.
Well, that cannon fired a little bit too early. East Noble does add to their lead, and we will show it to you on the replay, brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Really only 2 run plays today, but this was a great job by the guys up front.
Yeah, it was a beautiful run right up the middle, and that just took the win out of New Haven going up 2 yards, or 2 scores rather.
Of course, it's a big weekend for East Noble. They have been hosting sectional soccer here this week, girls soccer. Now, East Noble was eliminated last night. I believe that was against Concordia, but the East Noble boys soccer team is going to be playing in their sectional championship game, which is at Homestead tomorrow, a game that you can watch on SummitCitySports.com. Of course, we'll be streaming that game on ihsaatv.org, with it being a sectional tournament game. But you can watch it. I'll be on the call. Eric Hosmer will be running camera. Homestead and East Noble, probably the 2 best teams, at least record-wise, in that sectional. And Homestead was in the sectional championship in soccer last year, but ended up losing to Warsaw. Warsaw is no longer in the sectional, though. Homestead knocked them off last night. Check that Wednesday night. Kickoff on its way. Angled toward the sideline and going out of bounds.
Now, that's a great thing if you're New Haven. You get the ball up a little bit more past the 20. And maybe you get some offensive going. You get a score here for the end of the quarter here. Get something going. Be smart in the play calling. And you got to win in the trenches.
East Noble has the 13-0 lead, but we've seen some things that are kind of uncharacteristic of East Noble. I mean, so far they really haven't been leaning on the ground game as much as we thought. It's no surprise that they're trusting Riley Biddle, but we've also seen a penalty that took away a touchdown, and then that kickoff out of bounds. You don't expect to see that.
No, and especially when you're this deep in the season, those are things you want to get rid of, especially close to sectional draw. You can't see that in your sectional, especially with good teams in your sectional coming up. And you can't do it against teams that are lower, not as good this year either, because they will come back to haunt you.
Trey McCraney will operate from the gun. He'll hand it off to Simpson, and Simpson trying to work his way forward, but he's dragged back. Aiden Lay was in on that tackle, and he got some help from big number 50, Landon Mills. call it a gain of 2. As it looked like maybe Simpson was going to get a push from that front line, but instead the East Noble guys were in position to make the play. Inside 2 minutes to go. That's Donald Gage going in motion. McCraney to his left, running out of time, throws it away. Is that going to be grounding?
Yes,
Here comes the flag. Oh, do we also have roughing the passer at the end of it? Quake hit him. What are we going to get here?
I believe if it's 2 penalties, they'll probably offset. Oh, so there was just 1 call.
Yeah, so they only got McCraney for intentional grounding. Cohen Quake did land on top. And the only question is, was it, well, not just was it a late hit, but was it egregiously late? Here's a look at it. That's a free runner. Yeah, I don't see anything excessive there.
I think he just wanted the marker out there to make sure he knew that it was called. Of course, it's probably these refs, it's probably so hard to get every single foul called.
This is 3rd and 30. 3rd and 29 maybe. This is NFL blitz down and distance. McCraney to the sideline. That throw wobbles and it's incomplete, looking for Donald Gage. And again, some pressure up front from the East Noble Knights.
Yeah, and it was a good pass. It just he was late to the route there. Their pass game, it's there. It's just the coverage of East Noble is just getting greater. And they're just shutting down everything early. And now they got to go 3 and out again. And now with not a great punt last time, East Noble looks to take the ball back into New Haven's territory again and looking to gain another score with just 1 minute and 43 seconds left on the clock.
That is Alex Scott back to return. Punt almost gets blocked. It's going to bounce, and Scott's just going to get away from it, and it'll be down to the 45-yard line. So that's where East Noble will start this next drive. Right now, we'll go ahead and pay a few more bills. Again, it's because of our sponsors that we're able to do all the games that we do here on SummitCitySports.com. That includes Jolly Law Firm. They are the area's best criminal defense firm, helping defend the accused from the government. Whether you're facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation, Jolly Law Firm is the answer. I think they added something onto the penalty there, so I did hear a little bit of what James Craig said. I didn't hear all of it, but it was something on New Haven. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
Now you're up a couple scores. I would like to see East Noble get their run game going. If you get it going early here, you have it for the rest of your game.
Looks like Lucas Neiman is the back. They're going to fake it to him. Biddle back to throw, takes a shot, has a man. It is incomplete.
Ooh. Man, they are not shy of that deep pass game tonight.
First down pass falls incomplete, and again, East Noble has really only run the ball twice in this game, and that was with Riley Biddle. They haven't run it with Neiman. They haven't run it with Austin Phillips. And do we have a flag here? Nope, I think James Craig's just getting into position. Pistol formation for the Knights. Now they're going to run the ball. It's Neiman with a hole, and Neiman inside the 30. Looks like he's got the first.
And that's getting 10 there on your first run in a while. Now you can just go back to it. You know you're confident with it.
East Noble having a good season. Now his yards per game are not necessarily up there, but he is averaging 6.4 per carry, and he remains the back here on 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Aiden Lay, the tight end, will go in motion. Biddle rolls to his right. Looking to throw. He pumps. Still looking. Now he's going to take off and get what he can, and he'll just go out of bounds with a 2-yard gain.
Great, smart play there. Don't force anything downfield.
There is a flag down, and it's going to be holding. Check that blindside block. So East Noble's going to be backed up because of the penalty. That's one thing about those long developing plays is sometimes they do result in those blindside blocks, illegal men downfield. If you ever saw the movie American Underdog, which only came out about 4 years ago, Terry Allen, the head coach at Northern Iowa, kept drilling into Kurt Warner, stay in the pocket, stay in the pocket. And one of the reasons why, well, you don't want to have those illegal man downfields and those blindside blocks or anything like that.
Right, and that's a call that's looked for very frequently in all levels of football. They just want to keep their men down there.
Biddle to throw here on what's technically 1st and long, trying to escape the pressure, and he can't. Sacked on the play by number 20, Landrion Trotter.
And that's their first sack of the game. Huge. Now that bumps them into New Haven territory. That's a great play to have if you're New Haven.
Amazing to think that not too long ago, East Noble had gotten the ball down to the 29-yard line on their first tailback run play of the game, and now they've got 2nd down and 32 yards, it looks like, 31 yards. Still a long way to go.
Yeah. My goodness.
It's Neiman looking for room off that left side. Pinball's off his own blocker, and the ball comes out, and New Haven's got it. It's picked up by Dobson, and he takes it across the 45-yard line.
Wow, what a huge drive killer for for East Noble, and that's just not characteristic of East Noble. My goodness. And that's how we're going to have 1 second left in the first quarter, but my goodness, what an interesting first quarter. And it's 13-0, but if you're East Noble, you're not happy with that result.
Absolutely not. I mean, you don't want to have turnovers at any stage of the game, especially this one gives New Haven the ball in plus territory. First time they've been in plus territory.
Absolutely.
And because of the turnover, the clock does stop, so there's still 1 second on the clock. McCraney will look to throw. Throws out in the flat. That's complete. And turning upfield and getting across the 35 is Donald Gage. Nope, check that. It's Jackson Price. And that is going to be the end of the first quarter. So it's 13-0 East Noble, and we're back after this break on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Well, New Haven's got the ball down 13-0 after a Lucas Neiman fumble. And the Bulldogs have a 2nd down and 2. They need to reach the 32 for a first down. McCraney will throw the screen. He's got Gage, and Gage has a first down. And there he goes. Donald Gage inside the 15.
It's a huge drive for New Haven after that.
And now
fumble.
Gage is down as he gets down to the 14. We've got an official's timeout. This is going to be an injury timeout as the trainers come to look at Donald Gage, and we will take an injury timeout along with him.
Man, you hope he's all right.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, we are back. Donald Gage was down for a moment. I didn't see whether or not he went to the sideline. But this is a first down for New Haven, a drive where they're moving the football. Screen goes the other way. That's Ethan Wake looking for blockers, and he trips up. The tackle going to be made there by Jack Slater. Do have some score updates meanwhile. A couple of them right here. Busco leads West Noble 8-7, and Dwenger leads Snyder 3-0. Those games at the end of one quarter. Those are our most recent updates for that game. McCraney out of the shotgun. He's got Simpson to his left hip. McCraney will look to throw. Throws the slant, and it's dropped. He had Blaine Thurber, and Thurber just couldn't haul it in.
Might have heard footsteps.
I think those footsteps would have been coming from Andrew Oakes, and this is going to be 3rd and 11.
Here's an interesting score. Wayne is up 7-3 against Lures with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Very interesting score there.
Well, how about that? I mean, that's that's obviously an SAC rivalry, but that's the South Fort Wayne rivalry,
right,
if you will.
Right.
Those teams have been near the top of the SAC in boys basketball the last couple of years. Wayne's gotten the better of them the last couple of years, but we'll see what happens this year. McCraney in trouble. He's flushed. Going back, throws it to the sideline, and he did have a receiver in the area that time. I think Calvin Dobson just bailed him out. He got called for intentional grounding on the last drive, and now this is 4th and 11, and I think the offense is staying on the field here.
Yeah, I mean, you got to. I mean, with down 2 scores rather, you got to get your offensive going. They're kicking a field.
Check that. It is a field goal attempt. Yep, I guess so. Brian Villegas is kicking.
They must be confident in their kicking. That's a long field goal in high school.
Well, Brian Villegas also plays soccer for New Haven. He'll be kicking a 31-yard attempt, but it's going to be even closer. This is on East Noble.
Now it's going to bring up a 4th and 6. Maybe they'll get a play call from the sideline and go for it. But if you can count on your kicker here, I would take the 3 points.
They'll move the ball to the 10-yard line, so that's going to make this field goal a 27-yarder.
Yeah, just kick the ball. If you're confident with your kicker, just go with it.
So New Haven trying to get some points on the board. Brian Villegas, the soccer player, on to kick it. They get it off. The kick on its way. Did he get it over? No. If that ball goes over the upright, it would have been good.
I think there's a penalty.
Roughing the kicker. That's going to give New Haven a first down.
Wow. Is that a spot of the foul or
well, it's an automatic first down. Again, just uncharacteristic penalties on East Noble.
And end of in SAC play, Carroll is up 14-0 against Northrop.
We knew Carroll could play. They've got plenty of good athletes. Here's another look at the replay. It must have come right after the ball was kicked.
But now, you're New Haven. This is your first red zone trip. You got to get points here. If you get 7, you're down 6 rather than 7. You're in a good position if you're New Haven right now with 10 minutes, a little less than 11 minutes left on. And you're matching up pretty well in this quarter.
Handoff goes to DJ Simpson, trying to work his way forward, and he might have gotten a yard. That's probably about it. We'll call him down at the 5. Actually called it back at the 6-yard line, so no gain on the play, it looks like. Simpson the lone back here on 2nd and goal. And whistles blow. And who's this going to be on? Had back-to-back penalties on East Noble, and this looks like it's on them again. Encroachment.
Wow, that's going to be a first down.
That's half the distance to the goal.
Yeah.
Well, unless they are marking it off the full 5 yards. So they were at the 6-yard line. That put the ball at the 1-yard line.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wait a minute. Offsides on the offense.
I think it might have been down here on the wide receiver. I think he might have moved a little early because he looked right at the ref when he called it. Man. What a
Well, that would have been a
coaster.
huge drive killer for East Noble had it been on them, because that would have been 3 penalties in 4 plays.
Yeah.
Instead, this one goes against New Haven.
My goodness.
Simpson moves to the left hip of McCraney. McCraney will throw across the middle. It's bobbled and caught.
Still.
Riley Biddle's there for the tackle. Price has the catch inside the 5.
And that was a risky play, passing right in the middle of the field with the box right there. But you're in great position if you're the Bulldogs. You have 2 plays. You still have 3rd down, and you most likely you're going to go for it on 4th down. You got to get a touchdown here. And they're taking a lot of time on the clock if you've looked at the time of possession, but they just haven't come down with points. But let's get New Haven on the board here.
Leo's got a 23-0 lead over Columbia City. That's halfway through the second quarter. We're only a fourth of the way through the quarter. Handoff off the right side, and Simpson leans forward, and it does not look like he got there.
He was a hair away from getting there. It's just his head was in front of him. The ball was behind him. Man, 4th and 1 here. You got to get some. They might be going for a. No, there's no way they're going for a field goal. You got to punch it in here.
Well, East Noble got one of their touchdowns on 4th and goal from the 1, and they are going to go for it as the crowd gets loud here in Kendallville. Simpson off the right side. Did he get there?
He got there.
Touchdown!
Wow. Huge drive for New Haven. They took a lot of time off that clock, and now you're looking at a 7-point deficit, maybe turn down to 6 if they make this extra point. Man, what a drive.
DJ Simpson punching it in on 4th down. We've had 2 4th down touchdowns in this game, one by New Haven, one by East Noble.
Wow.
And is New Haven going to go for 2 here? Nope, they're just going to kick. That's Villegas on to kick it. Ethan Wake, the holder.
Let's just take a deep breath here, man. You got it.
Snap is down. The kick is blocked.
Wow. They
blocked
ran
straight up the middle.
Wow. They ran right through that offensive line. That was impressive. My goodness.
Landon Mills blocks the kick. Well, we've got a couple of replays worth showing to you. They are both brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. And, again, this is just trusting the guys up front. That's what New Haven did here, and DJ Simpson able to punch it in.
Wow, and now you're looking at a one-possession game. It's felt like a one-possession game, especially with that one long touchdown coming back. And you're in a great position if you're New Haven right now. My goodness, what a game.
Yeah, this has become a lot more exciting game than we would have expected. Well, here's a look at the replay of the blocked kick, and we'll try to show this to you as quick as possible.
They got right through that offensive line. My goodness.
Again, it was Landon Mills who blocked the kick.
So on the Snyder and Dwenger game, Dwenger gets a field goal.
A return here from about the 8-yard line, and there's room to run. That's Phillips. And Phillips almost stayed on his feet, just got tripped up, I think, by Villegas, the kicker. And East Noble will start from their own 36.
Yeah, so Snyder and Dwenger is leading 10-6. So low-scoring game in that game as well. Just a lot of competitive football this week, especially when the sectional draw is coming up. They're trying to impress everybody on the film. And if you're New Haven, you're not complaining. A lot of things you got to clean up here, but if you're New Haven, I would take a one-possession game in the second quarter any day.
Well, here's Austin Phillips with his first carry of the game, and it's a good one. Phillips across the 50-yard line. It's a first down.
That did not take long for East Noble to get into New Haven territory with a great run play. Like you said, they went away from it, but now they're finding success in the run game. You'd like them to stick with it here and don't risk anything deep. And they
fake the handoff, throw out in the flat, complete to Phillips, and he's got a good gain on first down out to the 41-yard line. As the Knights were going hurry up there, they're able to get not only a positive play, but a small chunk play, if you will. Phillips operates behind Biddle in the pistol, and Phillips will get the call. Phillips with room. He's got a first down, and he goes down across the 35. That's probably a decent result for him because he does move the chains, and, of course, you had the fumble on the last possession, too.
Right. And Phillips, he's a freshman. Is that right? Is he a freshman?
He's a freshman, and he's got over 600 yards for the season.
Wow.
Now, in fairness, it was Neiman who fumbled last time, not Phillips.
Gotcha. And then,
it's Phillips again. Looking for room, and this time there's not much there. He's going to get some extra yardage. And about 3 on the play. I thought he was dead to rights. The fact he got 3 is pretty impressive on that play.
Yeah, Phillips, like you said, impressive. He has 8 scores on the year. And his longest was a 93-yard rush, and he averages almost 100 yards per game, and he averages 8 per carry. As a freshman, my goodness. You love to see him as a freshman being so successful.
Phillips up the middle, and Phillips dragged down by the shirt tail. I did not see a flag. It looked like they got him by the shirt, not inside the shoulder pads. Nonetheless, it is a first down. Well, East Noble has found something in their running game. 6.5 minutes to go here in the first half. That's Phillips going in motion. Here's the toss sweep. He's got Austin Phillips as a blocker, and Alex Phillips breaking tackles on his way inside the 10.
Wow.
First and goal, Knights.
You'd assume that might be a brother or a cousin combination there. And when you have family in your football team, they're due to hit hard, be able to get taken down not as fast. What a great play. I love getting the run game going. It opens up your pass play. And, the offensive line and the defensive line of East Noble is just completely destroyed.
They motion Phillips out of the backfield and set up the screen to him.
Ooh.
It's incomplete.
He would have been drilled on that play.
That was Jacob Langford in the area. Jacob Langford, a freshman who's been pretty impressive at the linebacker position. And do we have a flag here?
A lot of freshmen called their names tonight, and they're doing a great job on both sides of the teams there. Let's see what the flag is here.
It doesn't look like there's a flag. It looks like James Craig's just motioning back into position. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. 2nd and goal, rather, from the 7. Play clock at 5. Handoff to Phillips. Phillips looking for room. He's in. Touchdown.
What a drive for East Noble.
Austin Phillips, the freshman, finds pay dirt. And I'm not sure if this is what you were alluding to, but that was a great answer by the Knights.
Yeah, absolutely. You got your run game going, and I think they only passed 3 times there, and every time they ran, it was at least 10 yards per carry. Great drive for the Knights there. I'm surprised they're not going for 2 here. I know.
Well, if they get the extra point, it's a 14-point game all over again.
Right.
I think that's Nick Rex on the PAT. And that hits the upright. Wow. No good. Well, maybe next time they'll go for 2, but this time they missed it. Well, for Nick Rex, this is not a night to remember. 2 missed extra points. It's really not been a night to remember for any place kickers tonight. Brian Villegas had one blocked.
Right.
And even though he got the first down via penalty on the field goal attempt, it did sail wide to the right. But here's another look at this replay as Austin Phillips carries it in. And a couple of guys there who had a chance to get him, but Phillips
just too fast.
Just too tough.
Yeah, and it all starts in the trenches. And the play from the Knights, it's a difference than New Haven. New Haven just can't get off the line as quick as the Knights, and that's how you're going to win the game.
So far, New Haven's only points of this game set up by a turnover. A fumble by the Knights led to the touchdown, but can New Haven answer after seeing East Noble march down the field and come away with points?
Yeah, you have 6 minutes left on the clock here. You don't have to risk anything. Just play your game. If you're New Haven, take some time off the clock. You got to get into New Haven territory, or East Noble, rather.
Kick on its way. That's returnable, taken from about the 10-yard line. Out across the 20. Still on his feet, and that's a face mask. All the way out across the 45 to about the 46.
I see the yellow now. Man, that's going to get them even more. They stopped them at the 47, and that's probably going to be, what, a 15-yard penalty?
Yeah, it'd be a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, and that's a killer because for East Noble it is, because you're setting up New Haven on their own side of the field.
Yeah, and just like I said, get into their territory early, and that was a great way to do it. And I mean, the kick return helped you out immensely. It was just lucky to get a penalty. Wow.
And that was a great return as it was.
Yeah.
I think that was Rodney Harden on the return for New Haven, and the ball's going to be placed all the way at the 38-yard line, maybe the 37 in East Noble territory. So this is great field position for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs have had trouble with East Noble in recent years, but they're hanging with them tonight. They got a chance to make this a one-score game again. Simpson gets the call. He's got room off that right side. That's a good gain on first down. So he gets out to about the 32.
If New Haven can average about 4 yards per run here, and they can keep steady working on the line, they're going to give East Noble troubles here. That was a great run.
6-yard gain. Wow. They actually marked it at the 31. Well, again, East Noble giving New Haven a short field to work with. The Bulldogs cashed in last time they had this. And that was off a turnover. East Noble shows pressure. Handoff is to Simpson, and Simpson's got the first down.
Another great carry. I think 4, like I said, is the rough estimate of how many yards you want per carry. And like I said, it's giving them another first down, and they're just marching it again down on East Noble's throat. Let's see what
Call that a 5-yard gain up to the 26.
And you're taking time off the clock. If they can take 5 minutes off here and get a score and end that half, we're looking at a one-possession game. And this is still a great game despite being a two-possession game.
First and 10 from the 26-yard line in East Noble territory. McCraney throws the screen to Gage. He's got blockers in front, and Gage takes it across the 20-yard line.
And that's their fourth play in a row that they've got 4+ yards per carry or pass. This is impressive offense.
Yeah, that one went for about 7. This is going to be second down and 3 from the 19-yard line. DJ Simpson to the left hip of Trey McCraney. He takes the snap. Looked like a mix-up there, but the pass is incomplete.
Almost picked off.
It looked like it was going to be caught, but just goes right through his hands.
I think East Noble had that lined up perfectly there. It was a dangerous pass. There was about 4 or 5 guys there ready to take his head off. I'm surprised we didn't see
Scott was there.
Yeah.
I'll have to come out of this replay because New Haven's getting ready to line up and run their third down play. This is 3rd and 3. It's Simpson. He's run down. Hit in the backfield by Landon Mills, same guy who blocked the kick.
Wow. He went right through that offensive line. My goodness.
Landon Mills just shot out of a cannon. And here's an interesting play call. A field goal from here would be 40 yards. McCraney's out there, so it looks like the Bulldogs are going for it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you really have nothing to lose. I mean, if And if you get it, I mean, you're going to be in great position to score again. You just need 8 yards here. You don't need a touchdown. Just get to first down.
McCraney gets it away. Simpson dancing to the inside. He's going to get it. Inside the 15.
Goodness. Wow. What a play call.
What a play by DJ Simpson to get that first down. And after a great defensive play by Landon Mills, DJ Simpson with the footwork. And New Haven has it in the red zone down at about the 13.
And that's 2 consecutive drives that they've had.
A screen pass to the far side for Gage. Gets a block and gets a gain, but not much of one. He's ridden out of bounds by number 18, Easton Klein. Timeout called by East Noble. So perhaps a chance for East Noble to regroup. Well, while they take a timeout, we will also take a timeout. You're watching high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, the New Haven Bulldogs are down 2 scores, but they're knocking on the door with 2:19 to go in this first half. East Noble's gotten good battles. Well, they got a good battle from DeKalb, and DeKalb has turned into a pretty good football team.
Yes, they have.
New Haven trying to hang with them here on the road. As McCraney throws, it's bobbled and caught by Dobson. I think the bobble might have cost him, though. And I think that's Slater, either Slater or Lay, who makes the tackle short of the first down. Yeah, if that ball had been caught cleanly, he probably gets a first down, maybe a touchdown.
Yeah.
Looks like Northrop is going to... Oh, I thought Northrop was going to dent the scoreboard. Called him back at the 10-yard line, so this is going to be 3rd and 7. New Haven would need to reach the 3-yard line for a first down. They'll send Dobson in motion. McCraney to throw. Running out of time, gets it away. Touchdown!
Wow.
Ethan Wake was wide open.
Wide open. There was no coverage there. And now you're down just 7. Get a field goal here. Man, what a drive from New Haven.
And a drive set up with great field position, a great kickoff return, and then a face mask penalty added on to it.
Yeah. And, last week they got their second win in NE8 play, and they definitely knew it wasn't their prettiest game, especially against Belmont. But coming in here, you're down a possession. This is a great position if you're New Haven. My goodness, what a game.
Brian Villegas on for the extra point. He gets it away, and the kick is good. 19-13 in favor of the East Noble Knights, but New Haven has made it interesting. Made it interesting a couple of times. Here's a look at the replay. And Ethan Wake was wide open on this play.
Yeah, there was just break in the coverage there. That linebacker that dropped, he just didn't see that tight end release, and he was right there. What a play call.
1:28 left to go here in half number 1. Each team has 2 timeouts left. East Noble does get the ball to start the second half, so they can at least work their way into field goal range with these 2 timeouts and 1:28 left.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to give up a score if you're New Haven. You want to get off. You want to get a 3 and out, and if you're back too deep, just run the clock out. Unless you want to try to get a score, but I mean, what they're doing so far is working, despite being down 1 score.
Brian Villegas on to kick the kickoff. It's a line drive kick. It will be returned from about the 6. That's Alex Phillips on the return. He breaks a tackle, and Phillips out across the 35 and out to about the 40. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 39. So a good return by Phillips. Now East Noble's got a little further of a way to go, but they've got a chance that they can at least come away with points here, knowing that they get the ball to start the second half.
Right. And if you're New Haven, you don't want to go off script and play the coverage. You know that can get it stopped here. I mean, they're maybe 20 yards away from just running the ball and getting into field goal range, and you do not want that if you're New Haven.
A minute 20 left on the clock. Again, East Noble has 2 timeouts. Now, New Haven also has 2 timeouts. So if they're able to get a stop, they can use those timeouts to their advantage or save them depending on how these first 2 plays unfold.
Let's see if they play conservative here and run the ball. I mean, if they get the ball at half, there's no reason to risk it with a long pass.
Here's Biddle rolling out to his right. That's complete to Keegan Derry. Or check that, it's Alex Scott, and Scott's out of bounds. It looked like his momentum was carrying him forward, so the clock stops with a minute 13. It's an 8-yard gain. And no surprise that East Noble would work the sideline on a play like that.
Just to get in the field goal range.
They're not there yet, but they're a little closer to that spot. It's going to be Biddle on the keeper. He's going to get the first down and more. Biddle down the sideline. He's going to get out of bounds right at about the 31, maybe the 30-yard line. Big-time carry by Biddle.
And they're looking for him to keep on running the ball like that. There's been lack of it thus far.
Well, now with all the yardage gained there, you can probably go to the run game for at least a couple plays. You've got those 2 timeouts in your pocket, but Biddle's going to go to the air here.
He's
going to go toward the end zone. He's got a man. It's a touchdown. Alex Scott. Jump ball, and Scott pulls it down.
There's a flag on the play. I'm sure it's going to be on New Haven. But let's see what they call it here.
There is a flag on the play, though.
Might be coming back.
Jaden Evans telling me that the flag is for the celebration. Well, if that's what it is, then again, East Noble shooting themselves in the foot. So the touchdown counts, but they're going to enforce it on the kickoff. That's the downside of it, because now you're giving New Haven the ball back with a minute and a second to go and good field position, and that's what's hurt East Noble.
Yes. And you want to keep it in play, because if you kick it out of bounds, it's put at the 40 plus when whatever yards are added onto the flag.
East Noble's going to go for 2, trying to make this a 14-point game. We'll take a look at the touchdown again after this 2-point try. Bobbled. Oh, no, it wasn't bobbled. That ball's down on the ground. They didn't get it.
Wow.
Biddle was running like he had the football, but it looked like there was a bobble, and there was. Well, here's another look at the touchdown. See where we can see the celebration. That's a great catch by Alex Scott, and he just, gosh, he spins the ball down in the end zone there, and I'm not so sure that qualifies as excessive. That's.
There could have been a little colorful language, maybe.
Maybe so. Yeah, all I saw on the screen was the spin of the football. Another look at the 2-point try. Yeah, there's a mix-up on the handoff, and the ball just bounces around. They're trying to hand it off to Phillips. It looked like someone got it at one point, but in the end, it's New Haven who got it. 25-13. Well, special teams certainly not a strength tonight, and that's the reason they had to go for 2, and even that play doesn't work.
Yeah, this game on both sides would be completely different if the special teams were 100%. Makes you look at the game different.
That's a returnable kick from the 26-yard line. I believe that's Harden on the return, but this time he's not going to get to the 50-yard line. He's down short of the 40. So New Haven not starting in plus territory, but they do start with good field position in 55 seconds.
Plus, you got 2 timeouts, too. Now, with only 2 timeouts, I don't see him going to the run game to get yards for extra play there. So looking for the air game here, looking to the side, getting to the flat, run out of bounds.
Trey McCraney will operate from the shotgun. Low snap. He has to fall on it, and now New Haven's probably going to have to use a timeout. They're not going to use a timeout. I would think on a play like that, you'd call the timeout to save yourself some time, but that's now 14 seconds off the clock, at least since the snap, complete to Wake out in the flat, and he has got nowhere to go. It's positive yardage. He's tackled inbounds, and in on the tackle is number 18, Easton Klein, and I think East Noble, or rather New Haven, just used their second timeout. 27 seconds. Well, if you're East Noble, you're probably not going to get the ball back with a whole lot of time here. So I would think that if they get this stop, they probably just let the clock run to halftime and try to regroup in the locker room.
Yeah, absolutely. And they know this isn't their prettiest game. A lot to improve on, but with that score right at the end of the half there, that separated them, I think, for the rest of the night. And if they can keep their trench play 100%, East Noble is going to run away with this one.
This is going to be 3rd and 13. So New Haven, they do still have a timeout in their back pocket, but they're going to have to work the sideline, you would think, just to try and stop the clock and save that timeout.
Right. Let's see if New Haven can shock us here with the deep pass play. I wouldn't pass it. Well, not in the middle of the field. Get it into the flat with, I guess they only have 1 timeout left, or 2 timeouts rather.
Carroll has a 14-7 lead over Northrop. It looks like the Chargers are driving, though. That's in the second quarter. New Haven trying to get a drive together. They've been able to hang with these East Noble Knights. As McCraney will roll to his right, looking to work the sideline. He throws. That pass is caught, but going out of bounds forwards was Donald Gage. He was well short of the first down. Are they saying he got out of bounds? It's going to be 4th down.
The clock has stopped. It was close.
Well, if his own momentum carried him out, then the stoppage of the clock is correct. If he was forced out of bounds and his forward progress was stopped, then the clock should run. Well, now for East Noble, everything's going to have to be clean here. High snap. They almost get the block. And on the return, it's Scott. Alex Scott finds some room off the left side. He's got a block. He may go. Alex Scott inside the 20, inside the 10. He's gone. Alex Scott with the punt return touchdown with 5 seconds left in the half.
Now it's 2 touchdowns in less than 3 minutes. Now this is the East Noble offense we've been seeing all year.
Well, I said everything needed to be clean for East Noble. I don't think it gets more clean than that.
That was awesome. Great blocking. That was amazing.
And now either an extra point or a 2-point try coming up. East Noble's had 2 missed extra points and a failed 2-point try. And it looks like they're going to go for 2 again. Now, the 2-point try failed last time because of a fumble in the backfield. Had a guy late getting out there. That's Keegan Derry. It's Phillips going in motion, and that's going to be a false start. Well, might as well show you the return here. That's as much as we can show you is the return, and it was a big one by Alex Scott. 65 yards, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and there was 4 guys already down there for coverage on on the reception, and he beat them right off the beat. My goodness.
Probably going to be a pass play here as Biddle rolls to his right. He's going to throw on the run, and that pass is incomplete. Looking for Scott. Again, that's 2 missed 2-point attempts. Now, that was an untimed play, so there's still 5 seconds left on the clock. But, again, you got to believe that both coaches are telling their guys, just make it a clean kickoff for East Noble at least. For New Haven, make it a clean return, clean catch. Don't try to do too much.
Right, just fall on the ball and just expired the quarter and go into the half.
Now, you don't want to fall on the ball right in front of your own goal line, though, if you're New Haven. You don't want to risk giving up a safety.
Right.
Again, here's another look at the punt return touchdown by Alex Scott. So he's got a touchdown catch and a punt return touchdown. Again, 65, maybe 64 yards, but Jake, you said it, great blocking out in front by the guys up ahead of him.
Yeah, and that was just fundamental football right there. Beautifully executed. Man, East Noble needed that one.
So they make the lead a little bit more comfortable coming out of the locker room. Again, East Noble will get the ball. Now the lead will be a little less comfortable if New Haven comes back with a kickoff return touchdown.
That would be awesome. That'd be like almost 21 points in 3 minutes? But I'm assuming this might just be a little squibber or...
Pretty deep kick. It is returnable, though. It'll bounce. New Haven has to recover it. They do. On the return, that's number 12, Cedric Boone, and Boone goes out of bounds, actually hit somebody as he went out of bounds, and the clock is at zeros, so we are at the end of half number 1. Well, 31-13, sizable East Noble lead, but New Haven's been able to fight with them.
Yeah, just besides those 2 touchdowns right there, it was a close game. I mean, the game's still not over. The Bulldogs, I've covered a couple games, and they've definitely been a second-half team. I think they've outscored DeKalb and a couple other NE8 teams in the second half. It might have been because they take their starters out, but that's a note to look forward to. You know that you got a good second-half strategy going if you're the Bulldogs. But I'm excited to see the second half and how it unfolds.
A 31-13 lead for East Noble as the band comes out for their halftime performance. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching high school football here on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
It is halftime, a 31-13 lead for East Noble over New Haven. Right now we're going to get a few words in from our sponsors. It's because of our sponsors that we're able to do the games that we do on SummitCitySports.com. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. Speaking of the University of St. Francis, former East Noble Knight Dylan Krell is now going there, and Dylan Krell was a 1,000-yard rusher last year. Of course, you also had Dallas Plattner as a part of that backfield, but Krell hoping to make a really good college career for himself for the St. Francis Cougars. And Jaden Evans tells me, Jaden Evans, by the way, also a St. Francis Cougar. He's a senior. Jaden, you a linebacker, lineman? Linebacker, he tells me. So Dylan's starting as a freshman linebacker. Well, he played some of that in addition to playing running back here. They play both offense and defense here at East Noble, and they do it at a very high level. Now, to New Haven's credit, they have been competitive in this ball game. They put together some good drives. Now, they've shot themselves in the foot with penalties, but so has East Noble. But all in all, New Haven has been able to put together some pretty solid drives. And part of that's been good field position, but nonetheless, they've been able to dent the scoreboard.
Yeah, and East Noble shooting themselves in the foot, and the Bulldogs are taking advantage and scoring. I know, like, in the other games they've played this year, they haven't been able to get anything going on the offensive side, but you're getting offensive drives going against East Noble, the best team in the league. The score does not do justice on what this game is shown thus far. It's an 18-point game. New Haven, if they can get something going, I think they can, maybe not win because of the scores so far now, but they might cut the score down a little bit. I'm excited to see how New Haven comes out of the second half.
East Noble is going to get the ball to start the second half. Remember, they won the coin toss and deferred at the beginning of the game. So we're going to see that East Noble offense. Now, East Noble's got this lead, and they came out throwing the football early in this game. They really waited to get the run game going. Now with the comfortable lead like they have, you wonder if they're going to come out with some more of that balance that we've seen. Not necessarily abandon the pass game, but try to mix it up a little bit more.
Right. Especially go aggressive starting off with the run game, because you get the run game going, it will get your pass game going eventually. But, if you're East Noble, you want to just get the clock and you want to get out of this game. You know you got a lot to clean up. You got a huge sectional game coming up in a couple weeks. And on film, there's a lot that East Noble needs to clean up, especially in this game, especially in a New Haven team that has nothing to lose. And they're playing great. They're losing, but they're playing great as what they're given.
You get the sense that this New Haven team may be taking a step in the right direction. I believe they beat Norwell last week, and that's a team they lost to a year ago. So you avenge one of your losses, you improve your win total, and, next week you get Huntington North. That game's looking a little bit more winnable these days. Huntington North not quite playing to the level that we thought they would. Yeah. And, they came here and got shut out, I think it was, by East Noble. New Haven's coming in here and playing with some attitude.
Yeah, absolutely. And East Noble, or the Bulldogs, rather, they came off a game against Belmont, and I think the score was about 48-22, and that's a Belmont team that put 22 points up for the first time in, I think, maybe a year, maybe. And that's not their best game, and they came in here looking as a complete different team, especially in the first half. Like I said, they have not been a first-half team all year, and you have 13 points on an East Noble team that probably hasn't gotten 13 put on them in a long time, especially in the first half.
Now, one game where New Haven definitely looked like a second-half team and actually played pretty well in the first half, too, was the Northside game. That was week 2, and Northside's been playing some pretty good football. Now, they're in hostile territory tonight, taking on Homestead, but that was a well-played game in a hostile environment for these New Haven Bulldogs, and we're seeing some of that tonight. So the Bulldogs have some fight to them. Can they continue to build on that and improve the wins as well, is what we're trying to find out as this season goes on and then going into next season.
Yeah, and with East Noble, their defense is averaging about 10 points a game. Now, you're above that with 13, but if your defense can come in here tonight and just cancel them out for the rest of the night, they'll be playing East Noble football. You got a lot to clean up, but it's a great night tonight for some great NE8 football.
But got 10.5 minutes to play. We will take a break in a little bit. First, a few more words from our sponsors. Again, it's because of our sponsors that we're able to broadcast high school sports on SummitCitySports.com. That includes TJW Industrial, specialists in design build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit TJWindustrial.com. The 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LIUNA. Earn your edge this season. PSM's Edge Training Program maximizes your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and get you to the next level. Visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com/edge to schedule your free consultation. Halftime here at East Noble High School. It is the Knights leading 31-13. Comfortable lead, but New Haven has been able to battle with them. East Noble will get the ball when the second half starts. Right now we've got a little band and dance competition going on. Got about 9 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. They will give the kids an extra 3 minutes to warm up, when that clock runs out. We're back after 40 seconds on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our portrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, we're back here at East Noble High School in Kendallville, Indiana. We are checking in on some scores from around the area. Northrop had gotten it down to 14-7 against Carroll, but Carroll now leads that game 27-7. And that's a big game for the Chargers. They're trying to finish off with a SAC Division A title, and a win against Northrop would go a long way in that direction.
Yeah.
Some other games going on in the area. You got Columbia City at Leo. See if we get a live score. It's 30-0 in favor of Leo. Leo has been a tough place to play for a whole lot of teams, especially for Columbia City. I remember I was there 2 years ago. Columbia City went there in the rain, and the Eagles like to run the football, so playing in the rain, no problem. But Leo can run the football well, and they can do a whole lot of other things well. They blew Columbia City out that night, and right now they're up 30-0 over the Eagles. And hoping to check in on a game between Wayne and Bishop Luers. Jake, you had said earlier that Wayne was leading that game. I checked in on it a moment ago, and I did not see a score.
Yeah, let's see what we can find here. It was 7-3 at half. That's all we got. But, Wayne is, keeping a defensive game on their side with a 7-3 lead.
Concordia and Southside both have one win on their record, trying to get their second. Right now, Southside's up 21-7. And you know that head coach Andre Goodwell's trying to get that program going in the right direction. And Concordia, they've been a good team in recent years. Tim Manigal is a state champion back in 2016. Multiple sectional championships, multiple regional championships. He's hoping he can get that team going in the right direction. Southside just had an incompletion on 1st and 10. It's a 21-7 lead, though, for Southside in that game over Concordia.
If anybody's interested in ACAC play, Adams Central is up 20-3 against Bluffton in the ACAC championship game, where both teams are undefeated and respectfully in their top 10 in their class. I know Bluffton's at 8, and Adams Central is the reigning defending champion. They're at number 1 in Class 2A.
Churubusco's got a 16-7 lead over West Noble, and I think that's the game that Jaron Matheny is broadcasting. Jaron back with Summit City Sports after teaching at Carroll last year, and also running the live streaming crew for high school sports broadcasts over there. Met up with him when I did regional baseball over at Carroll. That was a day where Norwell defeated Bishop Dwenger, and then Snyder defeated Homestead, as both of the Knights and the Panthers ended up punching their ticket to semi-state. Unfortunately, both teams lost at semi-state, but they put together some really good season. I got an administrator or teacher here recognizing my Florida Gators fleece, and they had a big win against Texas last week, but they're looking for another big win in Texas tomorrow night at College Station.
Yeah.
But that's another story entirely. We'll have more on this game when we return. You're watching high school football on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our portrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, we do have another update for you. Southside has scored again. They now lead 28-7 over Concordia. So the Archers with a huge lead at Zollner Stadium. Southside will have some big soccer games coming up tomorrow. Their boys and girls teams are in the sectional championship game, with the boys taking on Carroll. That'll be at Carroll High School, and the girls taking on Homestead at Huntington North. But here at Kendallville, East Noble leads at 31-13. And, Jake, we've talked about this before, but it did take a while for East Noble to get their run game going. When they did, they were able to create some good chunk plays.
Yeah, they went to like I said, they went away from their run game a little bit. It didn't look like they were confident with it, but at the end of the game here, or at the end of the half, they were able to get it going. But I'd like to see them go back to it, run the clock out, and we've seen East Noble completely destroy the line of scrimmage. And if they can keep that going, they just need to run the ball out. Don't risk it on the pass play or risk it on pass interference plays. Just run it up the gut. And, if you're winning on the line of scrimmage, you're going to win the game.
The defense has done a good job at the line of scrimmage, too, especially when New Haven's been trying to run the ball. They've really held them to some really short gains on the ground game. However, on the New Haven side, when Trey McCraney has been able to get out in space and find some quick hitters, he's done pretty well. Even that touchdown pass to Wake, he had him wide open in the middle of the field.
Wide open, and it was a great play call. That linebacker dropped back in coverage, but I don't know where he just got caught lost. He got caught, and it was a great pass play.
East Noble was able to get some pressure on him. I think each team has a sack tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. And East Noble with a couple of big tackles for loss, but even when that tackle for loss happened, New Haven was able to convert on fourth down. Now, that's one of those small victories, those fourth down conversions. New Haven had one of those earlier this game, and you obviously can't live and die on fourth down, but you're going to have those fourth down situations. And the fact that the Bulldogs were able to convert on one, which led to a touchdown, is something they can look at and say, okay, you know what? This is something that can help us in the future, build our confidence.
Yeah, and every drive they started in New Haven's territory, or East Noble, they were able to put on scores, and that's an East Noble team that hasn't allowed that all year. And there's a lot of positives going into the second half if you're New Haven. The 31-13 lead doesn't do justice on what this game has presented to us tonight.
Well, when we come back from this break, we'll hope to show you a few of the plays that have taken place, probably some scoring plays, and we'll do that in a little bit. Back in 40 seconds on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our portrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
We are back here at East Noble High School in Kendallville, Indiana. The halftime clock does show 27 seconds and counting. I do believe they're going to put 3 extra minutes back on the clock to allow the kids to warm up. And in the meantime, that gives us a chance to show you some replays brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Now, this was the touchdown at the beginning of the game for East Noble. Just a little toss sweep to Alex Phillips. Now, New Haven fans might be questioning, did he fumble the ball before he got to the pylon? All we have is that angle, and if that's all we have to go on, you can't say he wasn't in.
Yeah, it was too close to call, and it's high school. They're not going to take the time to look at it in deeply.
In the meantime, here's the second touchdown. Now, this was on fourth down. This was Riley Biddle straight up the middle, and this is just the front line doing its job. Biddle was ready to run somebody over. He didn't need to. There was nobody there to run over because the guys up front did their job.
Yeah, there is definitely a big difference in weight-wise and strength-wise and the difference between the O-line and D-line tonight. But I'm still impressed with New Haven, though. They have played way worse against way worse teams in the first half that I've seen all year. And I mean, you can't end the game in your head mentally. You got to keep on fighting because I mean, East Noble has shot themselves in the foot, and if they can get good plays going, get them, stop them, go 3 and out, get your offense going, East Noble or the Bulldogs could get something going here.
Well, here's one of our replays from New Haven. This is their first touchdown of the game. And this was on a 4th down play as DJ Simpson lowered his shoulder and just got the ball across the goal line. DJ Simpson averaging over 130 yards per game. I believe it was 138 yards per game coming into this game. Now, the extra point was blocked, so it was 13-6 after that point. East Noble did eventually answer, and they answered by putting together a real good drive. A drive that ended with Austin Phillips finding the end zone for the first time in this game. And again, great work by the guys up front, and even Alex Scott blocking on the edge. Only one man got his hands on Austin Phillips, and Austin Phillips takes it in. However, a big return and then a face mask penalty would set up New Haven with great field position. And what do the Bulldogs do with that great field position? They march it down, and Trey McCraney finds a wide open Ethan Wake in the end zone.
And if you think about it, the Bulldogs have kind of went over and beyond on their expectations in the first half, too. I mean, like I said, the score is not in their favor, but, I mean, this first half look for the Bulldogs, it's quite impressive, especially with East Noble, what they've given them. It's funny to say, but the game is definitely closer than what the score says.
Well, here's a look at the last offensive touchdown that East Noble got. This was Riley Biddle's touchdown pass to Alex Scott. Now Scott wins the jump ball, gets the touchdown, then spins the ball in the end zone, and that apparently got him a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Now the call was made, the flag was thrown, and maybe there was something that he said, but all I have to go on is that replay, and I'm not sure spinning the ball constitutes unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, there might have been a little extra activity going on with the Knights.
Well, then Alex Scott did have a kick return touchdown, although I think we're going to run out of time to show you that one. Maybe I'll show it to you after this ensuing kickoff return. Third quarter about to begin here from East Noble High School in Kendallville, Indiana.
Now, if you're the
New Haven
Bulldogs,
is kicking off. Remember, East Noble won the toss and deferred. I believe they'll have Alex Scott and perhaps Alex Phillips back to return on this play. Brian Villegas is the kicker for New Haven, kicker and a soccer player. Meanwhile, Southside has scored again. They're up 34-7 at Zollner Stadium. That used to be an opening day matchup, and it used to be Concordia who owns Southside, and now Southside's starting to flip that script.
Yeah.
Second half is underway. It's a low squib kick, returnable, and it will be returned. Looked like Phillips was waiting for that ball to go out of bounds, and it did not. But Phillips, dragging a tackler across the 25, gets all the way to the 32-yard line. He wanted it to go out of bounds and set up a drive from the 35. He'll take the 32 with a good return.
Yeah, that was a lot of players on him. He was not going down easily.
Alex Phillips has a touchdown catch in this ball game. That was on a toss sweep, but it was a forward pass, so it does go down as a touchdown pass for Riley Biddle and a catch for Phillips. Make that the 31-yard line where this drive will start. And Austin Phillips is going to line up wide to the right to start this play. Might see East Noble come out throwing again, much like they did early in the game, just judging by the formation. Phillips comes in motion. It's another toss sweep. That might be a hold. There's the flag. And Phillips is going to go down right at the 30-yard line. He lost a yard on the play, and he'll lose more than that on the holding call.
See, just these small things that East Noble knows they need to stay away from. They need to get away from it, especially with the sectional draw coming up. It's going to be on the film, and teams are going to take advantage of these mishaps that East Noble has had all night.
10 yards from the previous spot. It'll still be first down. So New Haven will take the yardage, but they give East Noble an extra down. Had they declined the penalty, it'd be 2nd down and 11. And now East Noble does get a couple of guys in the backfield. They will run it. It's Phillips, breaks one tackle, and trying to spin away from other tackles. He'll only get to about the 26, maybe the 27-yard line. The original line of scrimmage was the 31-yard line. Knights would need to reach the 41 to move the chains.
Yeah, and with the coverage that the Bulldogs are given, it looks like they're heavy set on the run here. They're filling up the box there with just one back in coverage. Let's see if they keep on running the ball here or they have a play-action rollout play. You can do anything here.
We've got Aiden Lay as the up back. It's Phillips, and he's collared. He's not going anywhere. Well, he may have gotten 2 yards out of that carry, which is impressive considering he looked like he was down in the backfield, but it's still going to be 3rd and long. Going to be 3rd and 12. New Haven shows blitz. Biddle was getting the call from the sideline. He'll look to throw. Running out of time, and he goes down. Pressured right up the middle, and a sack by Davion Smith.
Now that's a great drive killer for East Noble. You wanted to get a score, but New Haven, what a way to attack the second half blitzing. I mean, they played the run very well. I mean, it looked like they had possibly 2 or 3 yards for loss there. And this is a great way to start if you're the Bulldogs.
I believe that's the 2nd sack of the game for New Haven. Davion Smith almost unblocked. He may have been unblocked.
Yeah, he went right through that line. There was no coverage there.
I think that's Cedric Boone back to return the punt. It's returnable. Check that, it's Dobson. And Dobson finds room to his right.
He's still up.
Dobson gets to about the 46 before he's met and pushed back. That's where his forward progress will be stopped. And New Haven starts from the East Noble 46. Now here's another look at the sack, brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning.
Oh, not even touched. Wow.
Riley Biddle hasn't seen a whole lot of pressure tonight. He's been sacked a couple of times. But for the most part, his offensive line has done the job, not that time.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a huge script flip here. New Haven controlling the offensive and defensive line here thus far in the second half. That's how you're going to come back and win games here. And like I said, New Haven has been second half teams.
Simpson trying to stretch it. Now he's reversing his field, and he's going backwards. Aiden Lay took him down, or was that Quake? It's either 6 or 9. It's 9. It's Cohen Quake.
Just as I was saying, New Haven won the line of scrimmage there, and East Noble just shut me up real quick, and they destroyed that run attempt, losing 8. My goodness.
2nd down and 18. That's the kind of play that East Noble needed, but New Haven's been able to respond to negative plays.
Absolutely.
Can they do it again here? They got a long way to go. McCraney fakes, in trouble. He throws downfield. Price makes the catch against the double team.
Wow.
He is short of the 1st down, but it's going to be 3rd and just 3.
What a huge play. That could have been dangerous with 3 guys there when just one Bulldog. He was able to bring it in, go to the ground, and maintain the ball.
3rd and 3 coming up. I think we've got just enough time to give you a look at this replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. That pressure was coming in quick, and I think that was Biddle who laid the hit, and Jackson Price still able to hold on to the ball. Great catch.
Yeah.
3rd and 3 for the Bulldogs.
And this is definitely 4th down territory, especially with the score in not your favor. We're going to roll
McCraney rolls to his right, looking downfield, throws on the run, incomplete, right through the hands of Price. Well, we'll see if they go for it here on 4th down. They are in plus territory. They need to reach the 36 to move the chains.
Yeah, they got to go for it here. You can't just give New Haven. I mean, you can't go without any points here or even moving the ball. One set of chains. You've already taken off almost 5 minutes off the off the clock here. You got to get the ball moving and get the clock moving. Let's see what New Haven does here.
4th and 3. Simpson is the back. East Noble sends 3. Got it! Complete for the first. Inside the 30-yard line to Donald Gage.
Man, not being able to get off the field there. And New Haven got East Noble off the field quickly. Now it's the Knights that's struggling to get off the field.
Bulldogs are down to the 27-yard line. Clock is running, 7:30 left to play. Handoff to Simpson. Simpson up the middle. Good gain on first down as he pinballs down to about the 21.
Second effort on the run there. That was awesome. He just kind of ran over number 2 there.
That's Phillips that he ran over.
My goodness. He'll remember that one.
Austin Phillips, the freshman, is having a great season. I think he's actually East Noble's leading tackler.
Yeah.
But Simpson just earned himself 7 yards. He's trying to earn 7 points for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and you were right there. Phillips leading.
McCraney throws down the middle, complete. Dobson, he's got the first down.
Yeah, Phillips, he has 12 tackles for loss in the season, and he does lead the Knights with 66 total tackles, 41 solo, and 25 assists. Tackles per game, he gets about a little less than 10 with 9.4.
Calvin Dobson becoming a frequently used target. You could say the same about Donald Gage, and these receivers are starting to step up big time. Now, Dobson is a senior, but Gage is a junior.
So it seems like a lot's going to be coming back for this New Haven team.
That's Dobson in motion. McCraney looks to throw. Flush to his right. Throws on the run and incomplete. Closest man there was Donald Gage. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion.
So that Austin Phillips, he's a freshman. He's a 6'2", 200-pound freshman. Plays running back and linebacker. He's exciting to watch.
2nd down and 10. Simpson the back on the right hip of McCraney. It's Simpson who gets the call. He gets some room.
He's going to bounce out.
Breaks a tackle. Simpson still going. He goes out of bounds at about the 11.
Man.
And 3rd and short coming up for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and if you're the Bulldogs, that opens up pretty much anything. You got the pass-in run game going now. East Noble's just guessing here on this second half of the game, and that is not where you want to be if you're East Noble, guessing on what they're going to be running.
Still 21 seconds on the play clock. Aiden Lay shifts his position. Is New Haven going to get him to jump? They might be going with a hard count here. We're down to 6 seconds on the play clock, but they will snap it. And there's Simpson with a first down. Lowering his shoulder to the 5. DJ Simpson. He came into this game needing, I think, 34 yards. 34 yards to get to 100. He might be there at this point. I got to think he's there by now.
Oh, for sure. He has been literally carrying this team to success here. And this is a great drive. If you're the Bulldogs, you're taking a lot of time off the field, off the clock, and marching it right down on East Noble.
It's still the third quarter. You can afford to take a little bit of time off the clock. And obviously you get 3 timeouts to start each half. Little toss sweep, and Gage got a yard. That's about it.
And he was lucky to get that 1 yard. There was a little bobble. Now they're saying the ball was on the ground.
That was Cohen Quake who made the tackle.
2nd and 4.
Got to about the 4, so it's a 1 yard gain. 2nd and goal coming up. Now, technically, New Haven has scored on 2 of their last 4 drives. Now, one of those drives, I should say 2 of their last 3 drives. They would have had another possession if there were more time on the clock at the end of the first half. McCraney to throw to the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for Ethan Wake.
That was a good play there. It's been there all night for him. And their quarterback is not afraid to throw that ball in the middle of the field. It was a good route there. Just the coverage was good by East Noble.
That was Alex Scott on the coverage, and it's going to be 3rd and goal.
This is 4th down territory here, so you got 2 plays to get 4 yards. And this is where, in the trenches here, this could be a huge game momentum change if they can punch it in here.
Simpson the back. It will be Simpson. Cutting to the outside. He didn't get there.
Great defensive stop there.
A whole host of Knights combined on the tackle, including Easton Klein. And now it's going to be 4th and goal from the 3. This is a potential game-changing play here.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to send out the field goal unit, it looks like.
They cut it down to a 15-point game. That's smart. Get the points if you can.
Well, this would be Brian Villegas' first field goal attempt of the game. Remember, he had a field goal attempt earlier, but was called back because of penalty. Kick is good. I say called back because of penalty. It was a penalty on East Noble that gave him a first down, but they get the points, and we have a flag on the play.
Well, that's going to be roughing the... Oh, my goodness.
That's an automatic first down, roughing the snapper. You don't see that one very often.
That's a very interesting call. I mean, you got to look deep and right on the line to be able to call that.
So I believe that's an automatic first down, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's goal to go.
Yeah.
But it's a roughing penalty, so I think New Haven can get a new set of downs here. East Noble is sending their guys to the sideline, not to the locker room.
And there's the
and
call.
Yet they are going to take the points off the board, and New Haven's going to keep the ball.
My goodness. I mean, this second half is belonging to the Bulldogs. You went 3 and out on the defensive side, and now you just marched the ball right down East Noble. And like I said, this Bulldogs team has been a second half team all year long.
Well, that's going to move the ball down to about the 2, maybe even the 1 yard line. East Noble can make this a 2-score game with any kind of score, really. It's Simpson looking for the end zone, leaning ahead. Did he get it?
I think he did.
There hasn't been a signal yet. They're going to call him short. That was a close play.
Yes, it was.
See if we got enough time. I don't think we do. I'm going to have to come out of this replay because New Haven's going to run their next play. It's Simpson again, and this time he's met. He didn't get there. He lost yardage. It looked like that charge was led by Andrew Oakes.
Man, what a response after a penalty there, just given nothing. And that was defensively the best stop play they've had this second half, avoiding the touchdown there, and they knocked back 2 yards.
New Haven still has 2 more downs to try and punch this in.
See if we get a toss play or a counter here. Nope, they're going to run.
McCraney to throw to the end zone, touchdown! Dobson was wide open. Somebody shouting, come on, change it up. Probably means defensively for East Noble, but New Haven does make it a 2-score game. There's another look at it on the replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning.
And another slant right in the middle, this time on the right side, and it looked like their touchdown from earlier in the game. It looked like the same. Yeah,
Jaden Evans talking about all the motion that New Haven's doing, and now they're going to go for 2. Rolling to his right, McCraney going to throw. He's got him wide open, and the 2-point conversion is successful. That was Simpson.
Wow.
and it's a 10-point game.
Now with the stop. Now this is a brand new game.
And to think, New Haven almost was held to a field goal, but the roughing the snapper penalty gives them new life.
Wow.
Here's another look at the 2-point conversion, and they just completely lost DJ Simpson.
Yeah, and their wide receivers went down and just made their blockers go deep in the end zone. He was wide open. What a play call.
New Haven gets the 3 and out on defense with East Noble getting the ball to start the half, and then they get the touchdown, and all of a sudden it's a brand new ball game.
Yeah.
Up here they're thinking that it might be an onside kick. East Noble only has 4 guys up near the 50-yard line.
You only need to get it past 10, right?
Right.
In high school.
Yeah, you only need to get it past 10 at all levels. But it's a squib kick and a flag down.
That's going to be
a false start, legal formation, something like that. It's going to back New Haven up.
Got a little too eager there on the run. Someone wanted to tackle somebody.
Well, Villegas did a little squib kick there, and maybe he's trying to think that he can give his team a chance to recover. But then again, East Noble's got guys back down the field. They're not all lined up near the 50-yard line, or in this case, the 45. And Villegas will kick it again.
See if they do it again. I mean, I would cut it. I would kick it deep.
Another squib kick. It's returnable. Picked up from the 20 by Phillips. And Phillips with room to run, and he might have been face masked. That looked like that's what it was. I don't see a flag.
Me neither. He must have been too close to the ground. I thought they were going to call that for sure. Let's see what the Bulldogs can do here after a 3 and out in their first drive on defensive. That's a huge win if you're the Bulldogs.
That was Kadarian Brown who made the tackle, and I tell you what, watching it live, it did look like a face mask. But either way, East Noble's going to have good field position here. They did go 3 and out on their last drive, though.
They did.
They've got Phillips in the backfield. Phillips will get the call. New Haven got some penetration, and Phillips is able to get a good gain.
They're lucky they got it off. That middle linebacker came in from nowhere, and he took Biddle down quickly. If it would have been a little earlier, that would have been a tackle for loss.
That's a 6-yard gain. Phillips again, looking for room, and he's going to get the first down as he carries tacklers with him, running backwards to the 45 in New Haven territory. Austin Phillips, the freshman, and we got an official's timeout. Somebody's down for New Haven. Yep, you're right, Jaden. 2 guys down for New Haven. So with that, we're going to take an injury timeout.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
We're back here at East Noble High School. Do have 2 men down for the New Haven Bulldogs, or at least one guy's still down. I'm trying to get a look at the numbers. I can't see them, but the trainers are out working with them. And it's just a simple injury timeout right now. You hope that everybody's okay. You know that you have cramps that happen and eventually injuries that happen. But it looks like number 15, Deshaun DeBacher, is up off the ground. So that's good to see.
Right.
Well, so far a decent-looking drive for East Noble. It's only been 2 plays, but 2 quality run plays with Austin Phillips.
Yeah, and you're able to get a first down. That was their first down of the second half. They went 3 and out the first time. And the defensive side, they just got there was just nothing going for them now. Steady on the run game, taking the clock into their favor. Clock's still running here.
Yeah, they started after the injury timeout. Handoff to Phillips up the middle, and he's fighting his way for positive yardage. He'll get some yards, but held to only 2 there. Jacob Lanford in on that tackle for New Haven. Check that, Langford, the freshman. I believe Langford had a blocked field goal in New Haven's opener against Northrop. It's going to be second down and call it 9. They called it a gain of a yard. Phillips has been tough to stop, but New Haven found a way to hold him to 1 there. They fake it to him, and it's Biddle on the keeper. Biddle dancing to the outside. Can he get to the marker? He does. Biddle lunges ahead to the 32.
And on this drive, the line of the Knights look much faster off the line. And that's what's getting the run game going, is if you're winning in the trenches there, you're going to have a good run game. Let's see if they stick with it here.
Phillips remains the back. He'll get the call. He tries to stretch it, and Phillips lowers his shoulder for a good gain on first down. Now, one thing you might notice about Austin Phillips is he's not wearing any gloves. So he's kind of relying on trying to protect the football with just his bare hands and arms.
Yeah. Shows you that he's a confident runner.
And there he goes again. He's got room. Inside the 20, that's a first down. And it looks like East Noble will have to run at least one more play. Now, the clock is stopped while they reset the chains. There's 44 seconds on the game clock. Play clock currently down to 32, and there's about 11 more seconds on the game clock than there is the play clock. So for East Noble, they're just looking for a positive play. It's Biddle on the keeper. He runs to the 15, spins his way, fighting his way inside the 10. Oh, Biddle, are you kidding me? Inside the 5.
Still
first and goal, and maybe a touchdown it is. Are you kidding me? How did he do that?
Oh, my goodness. What a run. He took down 3 defenders. I mean,
Riley, what a great run by Riley Biddle to close out the quarter potentially.
Oh my god! I mean, he took down 4 or 5 Bulldogs on that run. Oh my goodness!
Well, I thought they'd have him after a gain of a couple.
Yeah.
Well, we'll show you this replay after the extra point try. Now, this has been a bugaboo for East Noble. They've missed 2 extra points, and they've failed on 2 two-point tries.
Wow.
Nick Rex, the place kicker. Holder is Easton Klein, the backup QB. And the kick is good.
What a drive from the Knights. My goodness, what a run. Nick. We got to show the folks that one again. That was awesome.
This was Riley Biddle just fighting for extra yardage.
2, 3, 4.
And he never went down either.
5, 6, 7 defenders he blew off. Oh, my goodness.
What a great carry by Riley Biddle. And, you know, he never went down on that play. Only his hands touched the ground. And, well, you know the rule. It's not hand down, man down, as much as I love that Mark Jackson catchphrase. But he kept his balance. Now, the downside is you're giving the ball back to New Haven with 23 seconds and a whole other quarter.
Right. But, my goodness, the offensive line looked much better on that drive. They ran it right down the throat, and, I mean, the quickness off the line is definitely the difference here tonight, and East Noble was taking advantage of that. That was an amazing drive. I mean, that quieted New Haven big time.
Now, New Haven did have a good return. Well, actually started with good field position last time they had the ball. We'll see if they get some good field position here on this drive. Angled toward the sideline. That's going to be fielded at the 8. That ball was about to go out of bounds, I thought. That's Cedric Boone on the return. Check that, it's Harden. Harden reversing his field all the way across the 20. And he's hit before he goes out of bounds. That's Aiden Bilby who makes the tackle. That takes 9 seconds off the clock, which in a way helps East Noble.
Right.
Obviously, you still got a whole other quarter left to play, but that took a lot of time off the clock trying to develop that play, and he actually could have let that ball go out of bounds.
Yeah, and he would have gotten way more yards, but he wasn't afraid of the tackle coming. He's a pure football player. He's not scared to take a hit.
14 seconds left here in the third quarter, so you're thinking at least one more play for New Haven. Can they make it a positive play? Probably a throw to the sideline. And if they get out of bounds, they will get one more play at least before the third quarter ends. It's a handoff to DJ Simpson. He'll just run it straight ahead, and that might take us to the fourth. Everybody's got 3 timeouts, and New Haven's not going to use one here in a 3-score game. Well, New Haven got the stop to start the quarter, got the touchdown when they got the ball, but then East Noble responded. It's going to be second and long when we start the fourth quarter on SummitCitySports.com.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it. I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them. We ain't never make it up. Back for everything I ever lost. I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth. We in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake out bow. Oh God. Let her cook. All this talk.
Well, it's not Christmas time, and no, this is not Parkview Field, but we just got ourselves a little light show. Lights were flashing here in the stadium as the song that you may or may not hear over the intercom is Mr. Brightside by the Killers plays over the stadium.
And we're not at the big house in Michigan either. I know that's one of their traditions down there in Michigan. They play that, I think, in the third quarter or the beginning of the game. I know at Lucas Oil, they played that at Colts games after every score. But now they have a new tradition down there in Indy.
By the way, if you're wondering what I mean by Christmas time at Parkview Field, they do a Christmas light show these days. They started doing it last year, and they're bringing it back this year.
Yeah, it's great.
Went to it twice last year. Second down and 9, a screen to the near side. That's complete. And a good hit by the Knights. A couple of Knights there to make the tackle. Looked like Aiden Lay was one of them along with Alex Phillips. It's a short gain, maybe even a loss. Third down and just short of 10 coming up.
In other scores, AC from the ACAC is now leading Bluffton in the ACAC championship 40-17. They're looking to get a consecutive ACAC play. I think that will be 5 in a row for them, or 4 in a row rather.
Well, New Haven has done well on third downs in this game. They've got a 3rd and 10. Fake the screen. McCraney in trouble. Throws incomplete to the feet of Donald Gage. Well, you talk about 4-down territory. I don't think this is 4-down territory. Not 4th and 10. I know they've got a long way to go. But 4th and 10, you're asking a lot.
Yeah. Especially with the score. And if you would have went for it and didn't get it, East Noble, they're going to score in 2 to 3 plays, especially at the 30-yard or 22-yard line.
4th and 10. Alex Scott back to return the punt. Ethan Wake is back to punt. I should mention, though, Ethan Wake has faked a punt this year. That was against Northrop in the opener. No fake coming here.
He's going to take
and I think Scott is just going to let that roll, and he didn't really have an option there. It just rolled to the sideline before he could get to it.
His coach would have had his head if he would have returned that.
Well, I think we talked a little bit about this before we did our open, maybe even, well, definitely before our open. Well, East Noble put down some new artificial turf. I believe just this past summer was when it was. Now, they've had artificial turf for quite some time, but the turf they have looks quite awesome, if you ask me.
It is a very beautiful field and a beautiful facility East Noble has. It's just great scenery here in Kendallville. It's a great place to be on a Friday night.
Absolutely, and they're famous for their pork burgers around here. That's one of the things they make in the concession stands. Is New Haven calls a timeout with the clock stopped. Well, that's got to be something to do with the formation. Maybe Vance Shearer didn't like what he saw.
with their coverage. They probably saw a slot receiver, and they had no coverage there. Normally, you see a timeout called there when you have that many wide receivers and you have a slot receiver and there's no coverage. That's just a quick 40, 80, or 60-yard touchdown that they're avoiding. But you hate to see a timeout taken off so early if you're New Haven, too.
Well, an interesting score here from the Northeast Corner Conference. West Noble has a 23-16 lead over Churubusco. Well, Busco was up 16-7 at one point, so it looks like the Chargers have come storming back.
And who took the big? Is there a big division title? Right, there's big and small.
I believe so.
Yeah, I don't know who's taken the big division.
Well, this is Phillips on the ground, bouncing to the outside. Phillips is going to get it across midfield and trying to stay in bounds. There's a flag. A flag comes in. He's out across the 45-yard line.
That might be the defensive player went out of bounds. I didn't see a face mask or anything, so that might be illegal touching by the defense.
Well, we'll get the call here from James Craig.
Oh, there was
5-yard face mask.
It was either that or, I don't know, if it's a defensive player, is he allowed to touch a receiver once he goes out of bounds? I don't think so.
I think so. I think you're not allowed to touch the ball after you go out of bounds. You're not allowed to be the first to touch the ball. Now watch Phillips here. Phillips must have recognized where he was on the field and tried to stay in bounds. Honestly, I think he stepped out, but they gave him the benefit of the doubt, but gave the face mask as well.
Right.
It was a good run by Phillips nonetheless. Ball at the 39-yard line. Alex Phillips in motion. He gets it on the toss sweep. Austin leads the way for him, and Alex lowers his shoulder and takes it down to about the 20, make that the 33-yard line. 6-yard gain.
And a familiar foe for East Noble in their sectional, Dwenger, is up. They scored again on Snyder at 17-6 after 3.
This is going to be 2nd down and 4. Austin Phillips remains the back. Biddle will fake the handoff. He's got the first down and more, and Biddle able to protect that football. And I tell you what, I've heard some folks talk about the disadvantages of wearing sleeves. Biddle is wearing sleeves, and he was able to protect that football quite well.
Yeah, that was impressive, especially with all the coverage going toward him. He is not afraid of contact, that's for sure.
And you know you got to pay attention to Austin Phillips, which makes the quarterback run game all the more dangerous because you can have teams key in on Phillips and then have Biddle break a good run. This time he's in trouble. He's going to throw the screen to Alex Scott, and Scott trying to fight for extra yardage. He's going to lose a yard, maybe 2. Looks like they'll call it a 1-yard loss.
You know, I've noticed the East Noble Knights, they are just hard to get down tonight. They are not going down easy.
They certainly are not, especially Riley Biddle. We saw him break a big run, turn a short gain into a long touchdown as New Haven is subbing guys on the field.
We need to share that and get it on Sports Center Top 10. That was impressive. 7 guys, my goodness.
That's Phillips getting the carry. He's got room off that left side, and he goes down at about the 15 before he tumbles. He's short of the first down, only by about 3 yards, and whistles will blow.
Player down potentially here.
Trying to see if there is a player down. I don't see one.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Keegan Derry did go off the field, and now there was a player down. That's Hayden McCann, one of the linemen. And I don't know if he lost his helmet, but if he did, he's got to miss the next play.
I think he doesn't get a good bruise right on his hip there.
Well, the guy practicing his kicks is Evan Sells. Depending on what happens here, East Noble may call upon him to kick a field goal. It may depend on the distance on 4th down should we get to that point. Phillips was late getting back. Here's Austin Phillips up the middle. He's got the first down inside the 10. Might have gotten to the 9.
East Noble's line there completely destroyed New Haven. I mean, the speed that the Knights have on the line right now is just, it's unstoppable.
Well, and we know what good things can happen when you hand the ball to Austin Phillips, and a lot of good things have happened when East Noble has done that. They've got the ball down at the 9-yard line in New Haven territory, and the clock ticking down toward 8 minutes. Biddle wants to throw. He goes for the fade. Touchdown! Alex Scott in the corner. Second TD catch for Scott in this game.
And Alex Scott, their leading receiver, that's his 8th touchdown on the season, and he's just a junior. And amazing stat is he's averaging 25 per catch. That is amazing.
I believe this is Evan Sells on to kick the PAT. Again, PATs have been a bugaboo for East Noble tonight. This one looks good, and it is. Well, I did ask head coach Alex Stewart about Alex Scott being the leading receiver with 90 yards per game and 6 touchdowns coming in. Coach Stewart said this, quote, Alex has great speed and runs great routes. Him and Riley have worked hard to have great chemistry in the passing game, and I think we just saw that chemistry, and you'll see it again on this replay. Great route,
I mean, that's
great
something,
catch.
That's something you practice all summer, and I mean, the fundamental on that drop back from the quarterback was beautiful. Great coverage, but it was just a great throw, and there was nothing New Haven could have done about it. I mean, it was close to going out of bounds. I mean, you can't get it any better than that. That was just beautiful. That's something, like I said, you practice all summer for, and they just capitalized beautifully.
It was close to being out of bounds, but I think we could tell on the replay that Scott still had some blue turf between his foot and the sideline.
Right.
Now, granted, that turf outside the sideline is also blue, but it looked like he was on the inner part of the end zone.
Yeah.
Evan Sells to kick the kickoff for East Noble. And you think about the response by East Noble. You know, they give up the touchdown. They come down and score a touchdown late in the third. Then the defense gets a stop, and then they score again.
Yeah.
Great response.
Yeah, especially after going 3 and out on the first drive, too.
But that's not what you want.
No.
Kickoff out of bounds. That's twice that's happened for East Noble tonight, and it could have been 3.
Yeah.
It was a great response, but a couple of downsides to that. Not only do you not take any time off the clock, the ball comes out to the 35 instead of the 20.
Right, and another update, Dwenger scores another one on Snyder, up 24-6 with 9:30 left in the fourth.
Well, East Noble closes their regular season against Belmont next week. New Haven closes their regular season against Huntington North. And the way they've been able to come here and battle better than Huntington North did, as I recall, if you're a New Haven fan at least, you're looking at that game and thinking, gosh, that Huntington North game looks pretty winnable.
Yeah.
Here's McCraney to throw. He gets some pressure.
No,
Looked like Quake was held, and McCraney's going to throw it away.
Man, nothing was there. I mean, he rolled out right, and there was no receivers on that. They had 3.
And there's a flag, meanwhile, so it looks like they're pointing downfield. I thought Quake was held in the backfield. Intentional grounding.
Interesting. I thought he was out of the pocket.
I thought he was outside the pocket myself. He's way outside the pocket.
Huh.
And the only thing I'm thinking is maybe they're calling that ball didn't reach the line of scrimmage before it went out.
Yeah, it must not have.
Well, here's a look at the replay. I just skimmed through it a few times. Oops, my apologies there. Just started a little bit later. Now we'll start it from here, and maybe you'll see it better.
Yeah, he's out.
That's really close.
Yeah.
Might have to just give the officials the benefit of the doubt there.
Yeah. That's probably why we're up here and they're down there. But, I mean, it's so hard to call, especially in high school. You don't want to break these kids' heart with a horrible call.
It's a loss of down 2, so it's 2nd and 24 as DJ Simpson finds a crease. Check that. That might not be Simpson. That's number 22, and that's Darion Cryer. Gets back most of the yardage lost, and it's going to be 3rd and 15.
Adams Central was able to run the clock out on Bluffton, and AC captures their 4th ACAC championship.
3rd down and 15. Trey McCraney operating out of the shotgun. He's got 3 down linemen, and East Noble trying to get set. That's Blaine Thurber going in motion. McCraney looks to throw, rolls to his right, and throws it away.
And they're going to call it
again. He had a man in the area. I don't know, that might be pass interference.
Yeah.
It was way over the head of Jackson Price, but he had him in the area.
Interesting to see what this call was. I mean, it was over his head, but yet again, you never know what the receiver or what the ref saw.
James Craig is explaining things to the sideline.
Ineligible
man downfield.
You don't really hear that call in high school as much as you do in the NFL.
Which is interesting because those are more experienced guys at that level. We'll see if we can see who jumped a little early. They've got to be saying that Price was the illegal man downfield.
Yeah.
Now, he's a tight end. I think it's based on where he lined up, though, is why they called it that way. It's going to be a punt for New Haven. Ethan Wake punting, Alex Scott to return.
Almost.
A little pressure, he just got it off, and Scott just let it bounce past him, and perhaps fortunate that he did because that was in dangerous territory. If Scott tries to pick that up and muffs it, New Haven's got a chance at a return.
Yeah.
Well, meanwhile, we've got 6:56 left to go, and I got to think that I would think that we're going to see a heavy dose of the run game, but we'll see what happens here.
Right. No reason to gamble anything with the pass game when the run game was so conveniently ran in that last drive. It was fundamental running, and they're off. The speed that the offensive line had on that last drive was the best they've had by far this whole night. And it was a huge one to have, especially going 3 and out on your first drive of the half.
That's Lucas Neiman in the backfield, and he gets a good gain. Neiman, first down and more, down the sideline, across the 25 and ridden out. Big-time run by Neiman. Well, he hasn't been in since he fumbled the ball, I don't think.
No, I don't think so either. That was a great response. Great response for the Knights.
That was a huge gain for Neiman. Looks like Phillips Knight might be done. And Neiman's going to get it again. Turns it upfield, keeps the feet moving, and gets to the 20.
New Haven had 12 guys on the field there. They barely got that guy off. Biddle wanted the flag, but they're just not going to give it to him.
Well, the benefit for East Noble is that allows some more time to tick off the clock.
Right. It looks like he might call. He has a flag in his hand. Oh, no, he just has a cast on it. But, it was very close to getting 12 men on the field there, and that would have been even worse.
That'd be 1st and 5 if they accept the penalty, but apparently there's no penalty to accept, at least according to the officials. That's Phillips in motion. They fake the toss sweep, and Neiman gets the first down, spins away. Neiman down at the 11.
My goodness, these second effort runs are just killing New Haven tonight.
Clock stops as they reset the chains on the first down. It's down to 6 minutes. And, of course, East Noble still has time to add to their lead. Neiman will get the call off the left side. Still up. Neiman inside the 5. Neiman stretching. Touchdown.
Man, second effort run there gives him the touchdown. This East Noble team does not go down without a fight. What a great run.
Lucas Neiman. He fumbled earlier in the ball game, and it led to a New Haven score. But what a great drive that he basically just engineered.
Now, with just a minute left, Cherubusco gets on the board, and they're up 24-23, and they were able to get the 2-point conversion.
I was about to say, they were down 23-16, so they had to have gone for 2.
Yeah, wow.
Evan Sells for the PAT. It's good. That's a 31-point lead. We're not in running clock territory yet, but East Noble has Well, they're leading the second half, I believe, 21-7. Right. They gave up the 7 points to New Haven on the Bulldogs' first drive, but they've responded very well since that first New Haven drive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I tell you what, Lucas Neiman with a great response. See if we can't show you his first run of that drive, because they put him in as opposed to Austin Phillips. Maybe Austin's night is done, but Lucas Neiman able to stretch the defense, started up the middle, and that's a great job again by the guys up front.
Yeah, and the speed, like I said earlier, the speed off the line has improved. I'm sure they got reamed at halftime. I mean, with New Haven beating them off the line there sometimes in the first half, you don't want that, especially on film when you're so close to sectional. That's just stuff you got to clean up, get out of this game, and that's something they're going to be working on this week at practice. But great, I mean, just a great effort.
Evan Sells to kick it away. 5:53 left to go in this game. Return from the 11-yard line.
He's outside.
That's Boone. Boone off the left side.
He's still
Boone turning upfield and takes it out to about the 45.
Man, both of these teams tonight have been giving themselves great starting possession. Penalties have hurt both teams, and then great run backs by both teams.
New Haven's going to have good field position here, but they've got very little time to work with here, and this is genuinely a 5-possession game.
Right.
So they'd have to score quick and then get a quick stop. And again, New Haven has just 2 timeouts to work with. A toss play off the left side to Cryer. Darion Cryer pushed back, and I think they're going to call that a stoppage of forward progress. That was Alex Phillips who made the stop, and the clock is running. East Noble will sub guys in. Austin Phillips and Keegan Derry come racing in. Now Derry's going to go racing off. Now, of course, we're here at nighttime, but if you ever come to East Noble during the daytime, chances are you may get a very good picturesque view of Bixler Lake. It's to our left here at the stadium, out behind the stands, out behind some evergreen trees.
It's just beautiful scenery here in East Noble.
McCraney throws incomplete. He was looking for Travarius McGee.
You know you got a good program going when around about 2 hours about kickoff you're struggling to find a parking spot. You can tell it's a very well-ran program here at East Noble, especially coming off 2 state appearances in the last 5 years, or in the last 10 years, rather.
East Noble won state back in the year 2000, I believe it was, under Tim Abel. And just looking at the records, it looked like they were kind of trying to get their football program going in the right direction, and they did, winning that state championship. And Chris DePue carried on the tradition of a successful East Noble program. Luke Amstutz then continued that on, and now Alex Stewart keeps the tradition going.
Yeah, with a 20-2 record just in his second year, and 74-41 overall in his 11th year. He has a lot of success wherever he goes. And a 20-2 record, that is very impressive.
Of course, Chris DePue stepped down as the head football coach at Garrett after last year and winning a regional title, getting to semi-state.
And knocking off Adams Central in that Week 1 game. That was a great game for
DePue is still the athletic director, and I think he'll enjoy getting to watch his daughter play basketball and softball this year, assuming she does play those sports, as McCraney either just lost his footing or just slid down to avoid a sack.
That's going to be a 3 and out there.
Aiden Lay was bringing the pressure. That Garrett softball team actually had a really good season this past year. They came here and defeated East Noble. East Noble had a really good softball team. There's another look at that replay. He either slid down to avoid a sack or I think he just lost his footing checking that replay. So we'll credit that to the turf monster.
Right, and we're going to get a change of quarterback here. And we're going to get a timeout here.
Well, it looked like we were going to get a punt first. Maybe a change in quarterback for East Noble. There is 4:03 left to go in this ball game. I heard that a timeout was taken. Was it New Haven or East Noble who took it?
I cannot tell. It was.
Maybe it was East Noble. We'll take a guess there. I don't see on the scoreboard who called it.
Those timeouts are tied too.
Well, but again, a great response to the second half by the East Noble Knights. New Haven had gotten it down to a 10-point game. Things are looking a little scary, but East Noble, they did not fold. They did not quit. They responded with 21, what at this point has been unanswered points.
Yeah, and it starts right in the trenches. I mean, New Haven was beating them on the line, and I'm sure at halftime they made a quick adjustment. I mean, you don't make quick adjustments all the time, but when it comes to the line play, that's something you need an eye on.
Handoff straight up the middle. That's Neiman, and he fumbles. But this time, one of his teammates is Johnny on the spot.
And it wasn't even meant to go to him. It was going.
That was Hayden McCann who recovered it. And I think that was Easton Klein who's in there at quarterback.
I mean, the quarterback saw it go in his hands, but it went right out of him, and it went right to the running back. Maybe that's how they called it. Maybe that's how they wanted to run it, but...
It's going to be 2nd down and 6. High snap. Klein's going to take it himself, and he's going to get close to the first down, short by just a yard. Boy, he just turned nothing into something.
That's the second play that they turned nothing into something.
Easton Klein's a junior. It'd be interesting to see if he takes over as the starting quarterback. Now, Riley Biddle has been the starter now in his 2nd year, taking over for Xander Brazel. So they've been able to have him as an established quarterback for 2 years in a row. If Klein becomes a starter next year, it'll be his only year as a starter. Good run there by Neiman for the first down as he goes inside the 20. And somebody for East Noble, Adrian Montoya, just went down, freshman lineman. Clock stopped at 3:03, and I think we've got a timeout. Nope, check that. East Noble's heading back out there. They're just subbing guys in and out. And there was a flag down. James Craig just picked it up. I think the crowd here wanted a flag for somebody for New Haven pushing Montoya down. Neiman remains the back. And right now, Klein's just letting some time tick off the clock before he snaps this thing. Right now, there's 10 seconds on the play clock. Now he'll snap it with about 9. Able to get that mesh point, and Neiman shoves a man and takes it down to the 5. The stiff arm to get himself a couple extra yards.
What an extra effort there. Not quitting on this East Noble team. They are going to the wire. They don't care if they're up multiple possessions. They will run you over.
And they're not in position to take it. By the way, Neiman's just a sophomore. He's a sophomore. Alex Phillips is a freshman. Now, Ian Ramey's out for the season. He's got his senior year coming up, so if he comes back and plays next year, we could very well be looking at a 3-headed monster in the East Noble backfield.
Yeah, especially with a little look at what their quarterback room will look like right now.
Right now, you've got a different quarterback in as Neiman takes it in for the touchdown. That was Bo Sterling in at quarterback, and that's Neiman, Lucas Neiman, in for 6. And the extra point still to come.
Now I think the East Noble fans are a little more happy now than they were a little bit ago.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a running clock, but it gets to that point with 2.5 minutes left in the game. But a great response by East Noble. 27 unanswered points and a new kicker in the game, it looks like.
And he got it.
He's got the extra point. Make that 28 unanswered points.
Wow.
So they won't start that running clock until the kickoff, it looks like, because on extra points, that's when the clock usually stops running, even if you are in that situation. But 59-21, great response by East Noble. And again, Lucas Neiman giving a lot of hope to this team. Now, there's already been more than hope to this team, but you get the sense watching Neiman and Phillips play, this is still a team that can run the ball down your throat.
Right, and with their state appearance last year, you have a freshman class that got to experience that and who probably are hungry and want that. I mean, if I'm a freshman, I went to state, I want to go to state every year. So with a lot coming back, this East Noble team is going nowhere.
Here's Neiman's run to the end zone, and that's just a great job by the guys up front. This offensive line has done yeoman's work.
Yes, especially in the second half.
And again, I can't help but emphasize, when East Noble started to go to the ground game and let Austin Phillips run, and then later here in the fourth let Neiman run, it seemed to really change things, at least for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. You know that you can stick with the run game, but when you know you can get your pass game going like they did earlier, it just makes you so much confident. And like you said, the O-line work has been hugely positive in the second half.
Still some smoke coming over the field from that cannon fire that we get here at Kendallville. Smoke hasn't all cleared yet. Kicked off, and it's returned from about... Oh, it's fumbled. He muffed it, and he had to fall back on it. That was number 12, Cedric Boone.
And if East Noble would have gotten that, they could have just ran the clock out, and that would have been game. But New Haven showing that they still are here for the fight, and they want to get the score quickly, get an onside kick. But here's the clock running here.
It's a running clock situation. We just got to the running clock situation. I think some people were expecting this to go to a running clock situation, but expecting it to happen sooner.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with East Noble playing so sloppy with all the penalties. And now East Noble, they got their stuff turned around here, and they're looking like the East Noble team we've seen all year.
East Noble plays Belmont next week to close out the regular season. New Haven goes home to take on Huntington North. Right now the play clock down to 7. And it will be a handoff straight up the middle to Darion Cryer. McCraney's still in there, and you'd think probably 2 more plays, maybe 3, depending on how much time's left. There's 1:15 left on the clock. TJ Knox with a tackle. (59-21) in favor of East Noble as the clock ticks down to 53 seconds. And this just might be the final play of the game. We'll wait and see. It is a handoff to Cryer. Check that, it's number 16, Rodney Harden. And Harden with a big run for the first down as he takes it out across the 40. Clock is still running, and New Haven can run another play. But right now there's 5 seconds less on the game clock than there are on the play clock. We'll see if they do try to run another play. They're going up to the line slowly. But East Noble's going to walk out of here with a win in a game where New Haven brought the fight to them.
Yeah.
They brought the fight to them, but East Noble dominated the second half. Outscored New Haven 28-7 in that second half, and they win it by a final score of 59-21. The East Noble Knights are a winner, and I waited till the end to bring this up, but East Noble has now clinched a Northeast 8 Conference title. They won it last year outright. They shared it with Leo and New Haven 2 years ago. They've got the conference championship with this win tonight.
So that's 3 in a row then. I mean, not outright, but That's three championships. That's amazing.
Absolutely. And, of course, they got one more game next week. That's against Belmont. Now, even if they were to lose that game and Leo were to beat DeKalb on the road, East Noble would get the tiebreaker since East Noble defeated Leo right here in this stadium. Right. Of course, speaking of Leo, last I checked, they were up big on Columbia City. I don't know if that's changed at all. They were not at a running clock at halftime, at least. But East Noble with a win, 59-21. South Adams, we hear, has defeated Woodland 51-14. Woodland led by former New Haven head coach Brock Rohrbacher. But the East Noble Knights a winner, and look, there you go. We got the final now. Thanks for pulling that up, Jake. 30-7, Leo the win over Columbia City. So Eagles go down again in Leo. That's a tough place to play for anybody. This is a tough place to play for anybody. Yeah. East Noble 8-0, 6-0 in conference. And this one, you see the final score of 59-21, and you think it came easy. Early on, it really didn't. New Haven made things tough on them and even got this down to a 10-point game. East Noble had to respond in the second half.
Yeah, and like I've been saying all night, the offensive and defensive line, that game was won by East Noble. They hugely improved. I'm sure their offensive line coach gave them a reaming at halftime. And, I mean, they did not give them any mercy. And you love to see it because that wasn't the prettiest half by East Noble. And that was, I mean, they weren't winning, but that was the Bulldogs probably one of their best first halves in a while. Regarding that win against Belmont that they sure weren't happy with, even though the score was on their side.
Well, that's going to do it just about from here in Kendallville. We do have one more order of business before we go. We got to award our Parkview Sports Medicine players of the game, and that's right, I say that plural because I think the best thing to do tonight is to recognize Riley Biddle, who had a great game at quarterback, Austin Phillips, who really changed the momentum sort of when he started carrying the football, and the offensive line. Absolutely. So all 7 of those guys, 7 to 8 of those guys, if you will, get the honor of being PSM player of the game tonight.
Absolutely. And it was it was a high-scoring game in the second half for East Noble. You got a lot to clean up, especially with a team that you played down kind of in the first half. But you got a lot of clean up on the film side, and I'm excited to see where East Noble goes. If they get paired, or if them and Dwenger are paired on the opposite sides, you're thinking that an East Noble Dwenger sectional championship is on the horizon for both teams.
Well, remember, East Noble boys soccer does play tomorrow in the sectional championship game at Homestead. That will be against Homestead. But for tonight, East Noble celebrates an NE8 championship in football. They'll be the outright champions, regardless of what happens next week. They'll certainly, they got Belmont coming in here, but they'll be the outright champs regardless of what happens next week. They win today, 59-21 over the New Haven Bulldogs. Their third straight NE8 championship, with the one 2 years ago being shared with Leo and these Bulldogs. That's going to do it from here in Kendallville, Indiana. For my cameraman, Jaden Evans, my color announcer, Jake Havlin, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Kendallville, Indiana. You've been watching high school football on SummitCitySports.com. Good night from Kendallville.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.